All right, here we are, Hey everyone, it is me, PinkKnight and MoonjorasMask over here. Say hello, Moon.
Hello, Moon.
Anyways, that was the podcast. Y'all have a good rest of your day. I swear to God, already starting with me. Already starting with me. Oh my gosh. Anyways, we're glad to have you guys here on our very first podcast of Pink FM podcast hosted by me, yours truly, and Moon. Freaking love you guys. Thank you to those that have come in here. We are streaming this live to our audience right now. Good to see you guys in chat. Love you guys. Thank you for being here on such an amazing day. And we're just so happy to have y'all. So welcome on in. Moon, are you happy to be here?
So happy to
I'm
be
so happy to
here.
be here. I'm so happy. This is our first thing. We've been trying to plan this for so long, you guys, and glad it's finally
Months.
happening. Yeah, I've been doing this off and on for a few years now, like every once in a while. But I was like, you know what? We should totally do one. It was like we should totally do one, and now we're here. So
Now we here.
yeah, but today, as our first show, we are wanting to kind of just break down what Pink FM is going to be about, what kind of content you expect to see here on the show in the future, and introduce ourselves. We're going to be diving deep into our lives, into the juicy details, into our stories. We're going to give you all of our personal details. No, I'm just kidding. We're going to give you a
I'll
lot
give
of
you
our
my social security
no,
number.
no, no, we're not doing that. We are going to give you backstories, though, of Pink and Moon. Just kind of like get you guys introduce ourselves, let you guys get to know us. Some of you already know us, and that's okay. But to all of our listeners, the ones that don't, you're going to find out a lot about us today, why we do what we do, what our plans for the future, our goals, and all that fun stuff. So happy to be here, and Moon's happy to be here. I'm pretty positive. You happy?
I mean, I
Are you
guess.
happy?
Sure, I'm so happy. I'm happier than I've ever been in my entire life. You can't tell from my monotonous voice.
Wonderful. Well, there you have it, guys. Moon's very happy. anyways, starting off, I did want to go over some of the great things happening in Pinktopia in the next 2 weeks. If you happen to be part of the community, if you are not a part of the community, definitely suggest recommending. If you have Discord, if you don't, download it. Discord.gg/Pinktopia, spelled just like it sounds. Topia. Okay, we'd love to have you. We have tons of art events. We have Minecraft events. If you're into gaming, art, cosplay, being creative, if you're into gaming, you're going to really love the community. If you're into VR chat, we host many VR chat events throughout the year where proms, festivals, holiday events, it's all done here at Pinktopia, and we invite you to come hang out with us. So get on Discord, come hang out with us. And happening in the next 2 weeks, we are having a Minecraft event. It was rescheduled to next weekend. It's a Minecraft building event taking place on our very own Pinktopia Minecraft server, where it's open 24/7. And we invite you to come hang out with us and be a part of that event happening next weekend. So get on there and go play. We're having an open mic night on VR chat 2 weeks from now. Gonna plan a date, but it will be posted in the announcements in our server. But if you enjoy singing, showing off your talents in any sort of way, whether you dance, you sing, you play an instrument, you like to do stand-up comedy, we invite you out to our open mic night. So join the server and be a part of that. We'd love to have you. Our next fandom meetup is approaching. It's going to be announced. We're not exactly sure on the date just yet, but Ghost, one of our amazing friends, Ghost, has been working hard on that, and it's going to be FNAF themed. So if you like Five Nights at Freddy's, you will not want to miss that. Ghost has been working very, very hard on that. And lastly, art class. We have an art class every month hosted by some amazing artist. I can't remember their name. What was their name,
God.
Moon?
Wow,
What was their name?
I think their name is MoonjorasMask. Crazy
That
enough?
sounds cringe, bro.
Yeah, I know. How dare they have a name like that? But our art classes are very fun. They're tailored for both digital and traditional artists. I try to make sure to pick topics that will apply to both. We've been going over the basics, And it's super fun, and you can ask me questions live. I've been a very experienced artist for quite a long time, so absolutely join Pinktopia and join me on my classes if you haven't gotten enough of me from the podcast.
Wonderful. Yes, art class will be on the 16th of this month. Okay, if you do not want to miss that. Anyways, that's all the stuff we got going on in the next few weeks here at Pinktopia. So if any of that seems to interest you, definitely worth checking out.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Okay, so we wanted to talk about what the podcast is even going to be about with you guys, because some of you guys are here. You're like, yeah, I don't know what this is going to be about, but I really like Pink and Moon, so like I just want to support. I don't know what's going on, and that's okay. This is our first show, so
We're just so funny. We're so
we're so
funny.
funny, obviously. So
We
that's
have
it.
such a good
That's the only
chemistry.
reason. You just want to come listen to us talk for an hour or two about how amazing we are. I mean, we're
Yeah.
just awesome people. No, seriously, guys, we got some really cool stuff featured for you guys. Every 2 weeks, we will be hosting this podcast and hosting. I said that wrong. And we will be having special guests on where they could be content creators, musicians, voice actors, artists, cosplayers. I think I said that. I can't remember. Anyways, we're going to have a lot of amazing creators on. We're going to interview them, ask them questions, let you guys get to know them. We'll introduce them. It's going to be tons of fun. We already have our first
Yeah.
guest picked out. Yeah, 2 weeks from now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll go ahead and introduce him. He is the creator of the open mic nights on VR Chat. He's made all the major open mic night worlds and does all the editing for all of those worlds. He's an insanely incredible creator, and he's done many work over the years. And I'm so happy to have him on. I've talked to him the other night, and he's happy about it. And he will be on the show 2 weeks from now. So you guys will get to meet him and hear his story. And he is quite the yapper. Oh my God, I talked to him like 3 hours nonstop. He's just yap yap yap, just like me. So it's perfect. So it's gonna be really easy for me and Moon to do that. So, and we love creators.
Yeah.
And if y'all ever have someone you would like us to interview, you have someone you recommend, feel free to reach out to us. You can reach out to me in the Discord, either DM me or you can jump in my our podcast forum category. We'll make sure to link in all of our info when this podcast is posted to our socials and our YouTube, all that fun stuff. You'll find the links in there.
We are going to spotlight all kinds of creators. So even if you're a small creator like moi, you will get a chance to talk about yourself because we believe that any creator, no matter what numbers are behind them, is worth talking about.
Absolutely. It's all based on what you guys make. We don't care about their following or whatever. So we're just happy to introduce you guys to these amazing people. Why don't you tell them what else we're doing on the podcast?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We are
Yeah.
also going to be talking about VTuber drama or artist drama. Basically stuff that me and Pink are involved in. Like Pink is a VR chat creator. I am a VTuber. So I'm basically going through and looking at drama every week. Which, if you guys are aware of VTubers, they always have drama going on. So I got lots of
What?
ammo.
What?
So
Never.
we are going to be respectfully discussing drama, and I will be reporting on it as a unbiased third party. None of my personal feelings will go into it, but
Mine
that way
will.
you guys that way you guys will get some good tea and figure out what the hell everyone else is up to.
I like that. I'm excited. I love drama. I really
Me
do. I don't
too.
like being a
I
part of
love it.
drama, but it's fun
Me
watching it.
neither. See,
Yeah.
I will literally listen to like drama, like tea spill video essays all the time about what kind of drama is going on in the sphere. So now it's just like research purposes now. I have a reason to do it now.
No, that's fair. When I first started becoming a streamer, I would like look up all the crap that streamers were doing, like the stuff they're getting canceled for, so I would avoid it. Like because not
Right.
everyone is built in with, oh, don't do this. Like some things are
Yeah.
obvious, but there's some things like I don't know, some of the things you're gonna talk about today I thought was pretty funny.
Yeah. No,
Um,
we got some good drama
we
for
got
you
some good,
guys
good. We got
today.
some
It's
good,
some
good.
really good. I'm telling you guys, this drama that I'm gonna talk about literally just fell into my lap. It's so perfect for our first podcast episode.
It is.
It involves both of like our content creation spaces. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's very beautiful. It's very beautiful. And also, not just the tea, but we'll also be spreading the good news happening around the world because, I want us to have kind of like the spicy, but also the sweet, because I want you guys to know there are good things happening around the world. And I want to remind you to put good things out there in the world. It's always good to be nice to your neighbor, love on them, be generous, be kind to people. And that's what we're going to be also highlighting in these podcasts. And
Can't just focus on the drama. As
no,
fun
no.
as it is.
Yeah, as fun as it is, I do love hearing good things. When people tell me some of the good things happening in their life, it genuinely makes me happy. And that's something we want to highlight here, as well as the creators from our server. We have
Mhm.
tons of content creators in our server, artists, cosplayers, and we want to give you guys a platform, show off your work, and just show off the amazing things you do.
A little bit of appreciation goes a very long way, especially
Yeah.
when you're a content creator.
Yeah, it really does. It really does. And
Truly.
everyone cares about numbers these days, so we're what we don't care about that. We just if you're doing something neat, we want to hear about it and we want to show everybody.
Mhm.
We're the proud parents of Pinktopia,
Yeah.
yeah. And we want to give life advice. Lastly, mainly give life advice to you guys. A lot of you have questions, whether it's life, relationships, VTubing, and we want to give you our knowledge because we're so smart, we're so wise, and we want. What are you laughing about?
Debatable.
Okay, so I am very wise and I am very smart. Um,
I wasn't saying debatable about myself. I was saying debatable about you.
Listen here, okay.
Teehee.
Teehee. Well, we're gonna be giving you guys our advice, and you take it however you want it. But we have been around the block. We're both very old people,
Elderly folk.
especially Moon, and
Yeah, I'm
Moon's.
a 69,000-year-old vampire.
That's right. That's right. And I'll be 30 this year, so it's about time for this old white guy to start a podcast. You know how they do. So
That's why I'm here to make sure he doesn't say anything stupid.
that's fair. That's completely fair. You have your work put in for you.
I'm very well aware.
That's good. That's very good to know. Goodness. But again, happy to see all you guys. To see a lot of you guys in the chat. We appreciate you so much. All of you amazing people. Look at them. They're so wonderful. I love you guys
I
so much.
know. We see
Yeah.
so many familiar
I
faces.
know. Good to see all you guys. Happy you could make it to our very first podcast.
We very much appreciate it because without you guys, none of this would happen.
That's true. That's very true.
We are the people who support us.
That's right. And we love them very much.
Very much so. Very much so.
Except for that one guy in chat. You see him? You see that guy? Why is he here?
I don't know. I see this MoonjorasMask in chat trying to like help out. Like I think they need to chill out.
Disgusting.
Timed out.
My lord. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and get into interviewing each other. We did write down a list of questions we wanted to ask the other. We have a set list, but if any of you guys in chat, I will be checking chat every once in a while. If y'all actually have a question you would like to know about Moon or myself, don't hesitate to ask. If I miss it and don't respond, feel free to put it again. And like I said, I will be checking. But we're gonna get into this bit and find out about each other. Let you guys, so you guys can know the host of this podcast going to be happening on going forward.
Yeah.
Moon, are you ready? I'm gonna interview Moon.
I'm so ready.
I'm gonna interview Moon first because, ladies first, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So my first question was, where did the name MoonjorasMask come from? We're getting very basic into this. Where did Moon come from?
So, it's actually a play on Majora's Mask
What?
from yeah.
Insert that meme with
From
that one guy. His hands on his head.
What?
What?
Yeah, for real.
What?
It is a play on Majora's Mask, because Majora's Mask is the video game that got me into video games. I played it when I was
Nerd.
really little. I know. I
Wow,
played
that
it
is
when I
so
was
cool.
really little on the Nintendo 64, which shows my age very much so.
Yeah.
And it was so cool. And it's actually not my first artist username, believe it or not.
Really? What was your first?
Yeah. My first was Sheepy Beep.
Oh, yes, you've said that before. You had a little sheep
Yeah.
character.
Yep.
That was so cute. We'll have to dig that up here sometime during this podcast. That's cute.
So that was my old artist username, and I rebranded and made myself MoonjorasMask, and it ended up sticking because it just kind of rolls off the tongue.
I like
If I
that.
ever get copyright struck by Nintendo, though, we may
You
have
are.
to change it.
You are. Oh yeah, they're gonna take everything we own. Yeah. They are gonna see me
Rip.
standing outside somewhere in just my underwear. You know, like what happened? I thought you had a podcast. Yeah, well, yeah, Nintendo and yeah,
Right.
they're gonna
Haven't
brand
gotten in
me.
trouble yet.
Yeah, for real. Anyways, it's not for legal purposes. It's nothing to do with Nintendo. You guys rock.
Yeah,
Keep
no.
doing you. Moon just
No.
like moons and
Yeah,
masks
Mask.
and
Jorah is just, a
Jorah.
cool name, yeah.
Yeah, their middle
For legal
name's
reasons, it's a
Jorah.
joke.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
There we go.
that's
That
great.
works.
That's a story. Yeah, that's
Yep.
it.
Yep, that's it.
So you didn't you have a Sonic Sona at one point? You
I did actually, hold on.
you gonna
So,
grab that?
yeah, 1 second.
Yeah, Moon's been around the
Here.
communities. Quite the community collection they got going. Oh, there it is. There it is. For our listeners, it's they actually have that on stream right now where you can see it. You
Yep.
can watch this on YouTube. And I
I
think just
am,
YouTube. But yeah, look at that.
Yep,
It's
this is
so
my
cute.
Sonic Sona. So this is the newest Sonic Sona. I actually had an OG one back on like Flipnote
Wow.
Hitana
Yeah.
back in the day, and her name was Rain. But this was a Sonic Sona that I made based on my current Sona. So I've
That's
been
beautiful.
around a few blocks.
You've been around a few blocks, but that's
Yeah.
really neat. Well, thank you for showing us that. That was
You're
quite the
welcome.
treat.
You're welcome.
She was so ready. She was so ready for that.
I was ready for it, okay?
Oh
I
my
have
goodness.
all of my PNGs ready to switch at a moment's notice.
Beautiful. See, I wish I was that prepared. This is go. I also want to do a shout out at home for Ghost, who actually drew this for me. Ghost has done a lot of work for me, and is just a great friend to me and Moon. So thank you for drawing
Ghost
this.
is the best.
Yeah, people come in like, "Whoa, you're so hot." I'm like, I know. Moon's got a great skill, very talented artist. So thank you, by the way. Anyways,
Also,
huh? What's up?
small plug for me. All of the stuff you see on the screen, the overlay and my PNG, that's all moi.
That's true. Moon did all the work. Moon.
Yep.
I'm just here. Moon did the table in her character over there. She's done the poster that you see in the middle, the PinkFM logo at the top. Which funny, haha. By the way, guys, we have it looking crappy because this is our first podcast. By the way, so y'all should definitely laugh at that because
Yeah,
it's like
it's
you
so
know,
funny.
yeah, we're starting out, right? Is that just funny to old people?
I think it might just be funny to elderly folk.
Listen, we could have went all bright lights, right? We could have, but we're like, you know
Right.
what? We're starting out. Let's
We
have
could
some
have
fun
gone
with it.
so dramatic. Okay,
Absolutely.
we could have gone insane.
Absolutely. I do have a picture of me and my daughter right there, Miri. Miri drew that. Super cute. And then there in the bottom left, there's some of Moon's characters.
That's David and Seppi.
David, because Mooning has a dating sim.
Yeah, I made a dating sim all on my own. I wrote it and coded it and did all the art for it, and it is on itch.io. Just look up Project Cassiopeia and you'll see some of that, probably my proudest achievement in my life.
Yeah, the links will be in the bios of everything we post on Spotify, YouTube. So if y'all want to check out Moon's Dating Sim, you can play it for free, and you can also donate to it if you want to be a gem. I know she'd really appreciate that. She put a lot of work into it.
I love it so much. It's my baby.
Why don't you tell us about it?
So I worked on it for I probably did like the lore and like planning for probably about a year, and then I started like coding and stuff like that, and I went into this whole thing like with no experience. I don't have a college education in coding. I just wanted to make like the kind of dating sim that I wanted to see because I play a lot of dating sims. So there are male and female romanceables. It's a little bit of a darker tone because it's kind of like cult themed, but it's also like it ties in with space. But one of my things with dating sims that are like very plot heavy is that there's not as much like fluffy romance moments. So I wanted to put like an emphasis on the fluffy romance
Moon's
moments
very
while
much about romance.
yes, I love romance.
Yeah, and you're Ace, right?
I am Ace.
Yeah, and all about
Uh
some digital man, some pixel man.
right. I'm fictional men sexual. That's what
Yeah.
I am. But I'm really proud of like I can't talk a lot about the lore because only the demo is out and I would prefer you guys to see it for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
there are three very gorgeous long-haired men. Very how can I say this in a very wonderful, beautiful, strong woman,
Oh yeah.
and then
Oh
a piece
yeah.
of garbage.
Oh yeah.
There is the piece of garbage.
Uh-huh.
But I'm the you can play as male, female, or gender neutral in the game as well. I have pronoun options, and the final game will also have like ace versions of the game because one of the characters is um very sexual. So I have an ace version of the game that I will be programming as well.
Wow. Okay. Okay. So
Yeah.
getting little foxy in there, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
David is the one. It's kind of like a friends with benefits route.
Wow. We're all into
Yeah.
that, aren't we?
Yeah. He has
Yeah.
commitment issues.
That's fair. That's fair. I think we all have that deep down somewhere buried in there.
Right.
But
Right.
speaking of long-haired anime, man, you want to show them? You want us to show them?
Yes. Show him.
Yeah. So guys,
Show
our
my boy.
newest mascot. Uh-huh. Long-haired man Darian. He is an elf man. Moon drew him himself. Isn't that something?
Yeah,
Isn't
I
that
love
something?
him so much.
Yeah.
My beloved.
Did you have fun drawing this man?
I really did. I love doing character designing. It's
Yeah.
so fun. It's probably one of my favorite things I do as an artist.
Such a handsome boy.
He's
Look
such a
at that.
handsome boy.
Look at that.
I
Look at
love
that.
him so much.
Yeah, so we have a lot of exciting things going on, and Moon just finished
Mhm.
drawing them last night.
Yep.
Yeah, well, good job, dude. You did absolutely incredible.
Thanks. Thanks. I hope everyone will treasure him as much as I
Oh,
do.
absolutely. You guys will be seeing Darian pop up here and there in Pinktopia during our events, in posters and art challenges going forward. You're gonna love it. You're gonna have a lot of fun.
Indeed.
But let's get back to you. What
Okay.
point did you realize that you wanted to be an influencer? Moon, Jorah's Mask.
I don't really consider myself an
Well,
influencer.
you are. You are.
But
Comes with it.
um I started posting my art on Twitter
Oh.
when so I used to role play on Twitter. Yeah, I know. I trust me, I've been around the block a few times.
Yeah.
But I used to role play on Twitter heavily, and I did OC role play, and back when I was younger, like there was a huge stigma around OC role play. So I pretty much started posting like art of my OC and stuff because you would get more like attention and threads if you posted
Oh.
your own art.
Okay.
Um, and I would get a lot of commissions for people for like drawing their OCs and stuff like that. So I started getting really well known in the RP sphere of social media, and I just continued posting my art because if my art made at least one person smile, then I felt like I succeeded, you know?
That is so sweet. Isn't that sweet, y'all? Oh my gosh. Moon's such a sweetheart.
uh don't lie to me.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm a liar. No, that genuinely is so nice, and that's really important.
Yeah.
What you get out of being an online influencer, someone posting online, putting yourself out there in the
Yeah.
public eye.
One of
Goodness.
my favorite things, when I was really active in the RP sphere, I had this returning customer that had me like design their OC for them that they role
Wow.
played as, and they would constantly come back for more art. And one of the things that I had drawn for them, they put on a coin as a custom design on the
What?
coin. Yeah, it was
That is
so cool
something.
to see. And they sent it to me. They're like, "I hope this is okay." I was like, "Oh yeah, this is totally fine. Like this is so
Wow.
cool. Thank you so much for showing me."
That is so neat. Makes
Yeah.
you happy, doesn't it?
It really does. I love seeing it. Pink himself even one time sent me a button with some art that I did of him and I started crying. I was so happy to see it.
Yeah, it's fun being able to make your own stuff. Making people
Yeah.
smile. That's what it's all about. Why we do what we do.
I just love seeing my art being used. Like
Yeah.
even my art being used for like a podcast like this is like really cool to see.
Well, you did make the podcast look pretty nice. It looks pretty
Yeah.
fancy. This is day
Yeah.
one, y'all, and look at us. We look kind of fancy. Let's be real.
We know what we're doing. The
Yeah,
elderly folk know
the
what's up.
elder we've been around the block. Back
Yeah.
when we used to go to school.
Right, right. Back in the day.
Back in the day. Goodness. Who would you say inspired you mostly to become an influencer, or were you just like, I'm just gonna get online and start doing my thing?
Hmm. That is that is an interesting question,
Yeah.
actually. Um, I don't think anyone like inspired me to start, but people who inspire me to keep going
Oh.
are like artists that I actually see in Pinktopia. Like a bunch of the young artists I see like,
Oh.
fighting and trying to, hone their craft. Like that's why I do my art classes because I want to nurture the newest generation of artists and show them that like doing art is a wonderful thing. I love seeing people start to do art and I'm just inspired every time I see someone learn art. Like especially you inspire me every day cuz you're trying to learn art and you're learning ukulele. Like my
Yeah.
friends and people I'm around usually inspire me to just, keep doing what I do.
I love that. That's a good answer. That's really cool. Well, you
I
keep
just
doing
love
what you're
seeing other
doing.
people succeed. It's wonderful seeing others succeed.
There's
I
nothing
always
like
felt
it, isn't it?
Yeah, I always felt like I was more suited to a supporting character because I like to support people rather than take the spotlight for myself.
No, absolutely. I'm 100% a follower at heart. That's
Mhm.
how I always felt like I'm a hard worker, but I always
Mhm.
found myself in a leadership uh, uh position because of just who I am, like how I talk to people,
Mhm.
how I treat them, how I push them to do better, how I see
Right.
them as a real person. So like it just happened that way.
Right.
And it's such a good thing when you enjoy seeing someone succeed. Those people that they tear themselves down when they see other people happy. It's just there's nothing you get from that, and it's really
Mm-mm.
sad that so many artists, creators, just people in general, um, they get so negative over things like
Right.
that.
Right.
Right. I was hoping you would go off into a spiel.
Oh, I mean, I feel like I feel like I could continue talking about how much people inspire me, but like it's really
No,
just
that's fine.
everyone that's around me. My
Yeah.
friends inspire me. Seeing all the artists in Pinktopia inspire me, and even in my own community server, like just seeing
Yeah.
people create and love creating. It's just, like
So yeah,
this.
you do have your own Discord server.
I do.
Why don't you take a second to tell them about you and your server?
So my server is a little bit of a smaller community server because I put a lot of my effort into Pinktopia because I love Pinktopia. But it is called Project Cassiopeia, and it started out as a hub server for me to consistently update about my game demo. But I finished the game demo, and I haven't really been able to write much for it lately because I've just been so busy with everything, and life kind of just went and hit me with a steel pipe. Um, but now it is a small art community server. And one thing that I really like about our community server is that I have all of my mods. When they become mods, I want them to complement the art that is posted in the server so that everyone feels appreciated, because there's nothing quite like, going into an art server and then like not getting your art complimented on.
Yeah,
And
that's gotta be rough.
even when I was in Pinktopia as just a member, I even like made it an effort to compliment all the other artists art, because a little bit of appreciation goes a long way. And I've had a lot of people come to me and say that they really like my server for the fact that we always make people feel appreciated. And we're just a really close knit, tight little family. And I also announce like whenever I go live and stream stuff like that, because I also do independent streams apart from this. So, because I am a VTuber.
Yeah, where can we find your streams at?
So
VTuber Moon.
I so I mainly stream on Twitch, MoonjorasMask. You can find me everywhere, MoonjorasMask, because no one else is stupid enough to have that name. So,
Yeah.
but I mainly stream on Twitch. I'm still debating on if I want to go to Kick or not, but for now it's just Twitch. And I'm just like a variety streamer with a focus on rhythm games and art. And I'm very funny, as you could tell from this podcast.
Oh, you're so hilarious.
I'm so funny.
You're so hilarious. Um, so do you have any role models?
Oh, I
That's
would
not off an anime or a game.
I would probably say Bob Ross, believe it or
Bob
not.
Ross,
Bob
yes.
Ross. I
Same. That's one of mine.
love Bob Ross so much because he loves life and he loves being an artist, and it's just really cool to see.
It is really cool. Did you ever see that Bob Ross movie documentary?
I did. I
God, it's so
did.
sad. It's usually so
It
sad, but
is.
it's they did a good job creating that.
Yeah, really they
But
did.
he's a huge inspiration to I think honestly every every person that's an
Yeah.
artist. I don't think I've ever met
He's
an artist like I hate Bob Ross.
Yeah, he loves life, and I love something about me that you don't really see often is that I love to believe that there's magic in the world. My husband is like a magician, sort of. He like dabbles in magic tricks, and I don't even let him tell me like how he does them, because I want to believe that there's, that kind of whimsy and wonder.
Mm-hmm.
And I got that from Bob Ross because he looks at all ordinary things and views them as just this beautiful work of art. And that's how I like to look at life as well.
That's so neat. That's beautiful.
Mhm. Mhm.
What inspired your mascot? The
Um,
OC.
so I like vampires. I like
Yeah.
vampires a lot. So she's a vampire. She's a vampire idol, actually.
Yeah.
She For our listeners, I'll describe her for you. She is small and she has like almost white ass skin, but it's kind of like grayish so that it's not like normal skin color. She has long ears, she has pink and red eyes, two little stars on top of her head, long hair with like a little bow made out of hair. Um and she's just really cool. But I like vampires a lot and I like idol culture a lot. I'm very much into like Japanese idol culture. I think it's really cool stuff. I love Hatsune Miku, so that's kind of
Mm-hmm.
the inspiration for that. One of her earlier designs actually had twin tails like Hatsune Miku. Um, but I took those away
Yeah, I
because
remember that.
it was too hard to draw and I didn't want to draw them anymore.
It's too hard to draw. That's fair.
But she's very pink and sparkly.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of like an homage to everything I love, pink, sparkly vampires, idol culture. So it's really cool. And on my normal streams, I actually have a 3D model that I use that my best friend Cataberry created for me.
That's so beautiful. I've seen it. It's so neat.
It's so pretty. I love it so much. She even made her idol outfit and everything. Like she went off on it.
Man, bless friends, man. Like it's creative
Honestly.
friends that's what when they love you and appreciate you and they create something for you. There's nothing like it.
No, for real.
Oh man, my partner's an artist, and when they draw something, they don't they always feel like they don't do enough, but they draw me all the time, and
Mhm.
that just melts me. Like it's
My
just means
husband loves it
everything.
when I draw him or
It's
draw
everything.
something for him.
That's like the biggest form of compliment, you know? Like
Yeah.
it's so incredible. And just thinking
Mhm.
about it be making me blush. Like it's
Right,
so
right.
nice. Oh man. But that's cool.
Yeah.
Outs so you do the content creation, you do a lot of Discord stuff and you made your own gaming demo for dating sim, but like
Mhm.
what are some of your hobbies outside of the online world, like content creation?
So, I'm crocheting. I learned how to crochet about 2 years ago. Right
Get it,
now I'm
grandma.
actually get it,
So
grandma.
proud of you.
I am actually working on one of my favorite anime characters, Nagisa Ran from Ensemble Stars. I actually crocheted a little plushie of him that I'm so proud of. I've also made a cardigan that I crocheted. And it's just fun because it keeps my hands busy because I get a little fidgety sometimes. Um, but I do art, obviously. I'm trying to learn guitar, so there's that. And other than that, I'm just a gamer. Gamer.
Yeah, so yeah, you're all over the place with the arts and
Yeah.
music. That's really neat. I like that a lot.
I also paint sometimes.
Yeah. Do you? I don't know if I've seen your paintings.
Yeah, I don't do it nearly often enough,
Oh,
but
okay,
yeah,
okay.
I do actually paint sometimes. I
That's
like
cool.
working with watercolors the most.
Yeah, that's really watercolor's fun and really
Watercolors
pretty.
are fun.
Yeah, that's painting is really neat. My brother's actually a really good painter. My little brother
Oh,
Gable.
wow.
Yeah, I remember when I was living with my mom last year. I had to move back in with her and my little brother, and we would be sitting in the living room, and I would just be sitting there eating while he would be watching Bob Ross and just like painting along with him. And my brother made some really incredible paintings. So that was really neat. He's awesome, little bro. But painting's just such a great way to express yourself. Goodness. Um. So, what are your most proudest? No, what are you most proudest of in your entertainment journey?
Oh, I would probably so there's 2 things.
Two things.
Uh,
Okay.
Number 1 would be my dating sim demo.
Yeah, I would say that's
I love
fascinating.
it. I love it very dearly. Believe it or not, if you go on the YouTube channel that we're gonna be posting this on as well, my interview of the dating sim where Pink actually played it, is on there as well. Um,
Yeah, that's true.
but that's my proudest, probably my biggest proudest achievement, but one of my favorite like experience achievements was the Christmas banner that I did for Pinktopia.
Oh, that was something.
Yeah, it was a lot of work. So the Christmas banner for Pinktopia, um, I volunteered to do it for the mod team, and I ended up putting all of the mods that wanted to be in it as little ornaments in the background. So I went through everybody's mod mascots and made everybody cute little ornaments, and it was so much work, but so fun. I
It
think
was
I
so
worked on that
cute.
for like a week straight, and it was probably one of my favorite experiences getting all of the reactions from all the mods getting themselves drawn. Uh,
Wow.
and it was a really inspiring experience because it reminded me why I do art the way
Yeah.
that I do.
Yeah.
Um, because everyone was so happy to see their mascots. Like they were so excited. Even Pillows seeing her mascot that she gave to you like was really cool to see.
Yeah, it made everyone extremely happy. And that's art.
Yeah,
Art gives happiness, which is
it
so
really
nice.
does.
Well, thank you again for doing that. We'll definitely be using it again this year.
I can't wait to see it again. It was probably one of my favorite experiences ever. It
Oh,
was
I
so
love
fun.
that. That's so neat. Look, I'll ask you this last question. But do you have any goals in the future revolving around everything you're doing currently? Like, is there something you're really wanting to hit in the next 2 to 5 years?
Would love to finish my game.
Okay.
I want to finish my game so bad, because it's something that's so very special to me. It's like an homage to all of the dating sims that I've played and just the otome game sphere. Um, and it was so fun to work on. That's probably my biggest goal, but I also want, like, this podcast is another big goal because it's going to uplift all kinds of creators.
Yeah.
Artists especially are struggling really hard with like AI artists taking over, and I kind of want to make a difference to show like other artists that, like, if you keep creating, people are going to notice, and I want to be able to spotlight all of the talent and creativity that it goes into, being a content creator online. Like, I want to give some hope to people that, like, not everything has to be bad all the time, and that, you can be noticed, and things like that. Because if it hadn't been for like you and Pinktopia giving me a chance, I would still be a hermit and not doing this ever, because nobody had ever like given me the time of day for being such a small creator. So I want to show other like smaller creators that, like, you can do cool stuff like this and get cool opportunities and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's not something I never really understood, the whole numbers game. Like I get it
Mhm.
comes with its own territory of respect and issues, but I've never looked at someone and be like, "Oh, they're so cool because of their numbers," right? Or they're
Right.
so not valid because of their numbers. Like
Right.
I like someone be like, "Oh, I met so and so," and if I was like, "Who's that?" and they're like, "Oh, he's got like 3 million followers," I was like, I don't really care. Like, what does he do? Like,
Right.
what kind of content does he do? What does he
What
put
kind
out in
of
the world?
personality is
Yeah,
he,
what does he put into the world? Like
Yeah, we're
that's what
more than our
matters.
numbers. We're
Yeah.
more than our engagement. We're more than the numbers.
Yeah, because I've had people not want to work with me when I was first starting out. I've had people
Mhm.
like scared to talk to me because they think I'm, I don't know,
Big
some big
creator.
creator. Like
Right.
it's absolutely crazy to me. But that's why I just love talking to people. So, um, I love that. Very very good answer.
Hmm.
Well, that's all I had for you.
Well,
And
that's perfect timing. I'm gonna let you take care of the podcast for a second. Hold the fort down.
you have to pee, don't you?
I do.
Run,
the
dude,
mellow,
run!
the mellow yellow got to
I
me.
told you to drink water, not mellow yellow. Oh my gosh. Anyways, glad. Hey, we're okay. Well, man, Scott, it's good to glad to have you guys here in the podcast. We've gone over some really neat things, and you got to, maybe you learned a thing or two about Moon today. You're about to get into my segment where they're going to ask me things about moi. I seen some of the questions. Not sure what we're going to be getting into, but I'm excited. And if y'all have any questions about Moon, feel free to ask. Feel free to ask if you have any about me. And then we're gonna get the show on the road. But I'm glad to be here. I appreciate you guys listening along with us. Those listening on YouTube, Spotify, when you are, I hope you guys are enjoying your day and enjoy the rest of the show. Yeah, so I'm gonna be stalling apparently. You know what? Actually, I think this is a good time for a break. I'm gonna give just a minute break. Actually, that's it. It's good. Yeah, we're gonna go on a quick break, and I'll be back shortly. You guys,
Oh, I returned.
never mind. We're not going on break. We're not going on break. I don't need a break. Um, dude, you ran.
Aw, ghost. Yeah, I fucking sprinted.
What'd Ghost
I
say?
gotta watch my language.
Yes, you do. What'd Ghost say?
Ghost said, "Moon, you are truly my moon, because I don't think I will ever stop looking up to you."
Oh, that just popped up for me.
Aw,
That
so
is
cute.
so sweet, Ghost.
Ghost.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
sobbing.
What about me? I'm You stink. I already know what they're about to say. But anyways, glad you're back. Welcome back. Put down the mellow
Yeah.
yellow. But so did you want to get on to interviewing me?
Yeah.
Cool.
Absolutely.
Cool.
Let me pull up my questions for you. Okay.
Sure, sure.
So that's the end of the podcast. I don't want to know anything else about him.
Oh my gosh. Anyways.
JK, JK. Just kidding.
Goodness.
So, for those people who don't know, tell us, what kind of content do you create?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. All
what
right,
kind of
you gotta
content what kind of content I create. So funny thing is,
Yeah.
I took a big break from content creation in general because honestly, I needed a big break. Life got a little chaotic here for a little while, and then my headset broke, which I did a lot of VR content, TikTok, streaming, and so I was like, you know what, this is perfect time. Let's just enjoy taking a break. But I'm getting back into it. Obviously, you're listening to the podcast. I'm back streaming and back doing my thing. And soon I'll be getting a new cord and my index fixed, thanks to my family. Shout out to you guys. And you'll be seeing
Mhm.
more TikToks from me. So as far from there to there, fast forward, I will be continuing my. I always enjoyed relationship TikToks, so like funny, like couples, are bickering or arguing or doing cute things together. Just fun little meme videos revolving around the life of like a couple. Also, I just enjoy memes in general. So typically, you see wholesome things from me. You see more comedic things. You don't really see toxic or really negative things. You don't really see any NSFW content come from me. So,
Canceled.
yeah, yeah. So,
Canceled.
so if you guys follow my TikTok, you're gonna continue seeing my normal content, and if you're into that type of thing, you're gonna really love it. You're gonna see me work making content with other content creators like my friend Ghost, my friend Henri. Good to see you, by the way, and in Moon, you're gonna see videos with me and my partner, who is gonna be featured in a lot of my TikToks. They've already said that they would be in there, so you guys will get to see a lot of them featured there. And back to streaming, I'll be gaming. I love indie games. In fact, I played Class of '09. Yesterday was insanely insane game, but we had a good time. So
Something.
yeah, it was something, all right. But I loved indie. I love indie games. I love horror games, VR games. So you'll see me on VR chat. And then with the podcast, you'll see us here. That's where I see myself in content over the next year. And as far as that, I don't really have any other plans. But I'm really excited for what this
Okay.
next year has in store.
Yeah, it's gonna be insane.
Yeah,
It's
I'd
gonna
say
be
so.
insane. There's a lot of opportunities that the podcast opens up for the both of us.
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
Yeah. All right. So, how long have you been a content creator? How long have you been streaming?
I would say close to 6 years. Which
Wow.
yeah, it's a good time. It's a good amount of time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Grandpa.
yeah. I know, Grandpa. I started streaming on Mixer, and that whole year was a blur because I started and I was grinding so hard. Like I joined so many groups and was streaming with all these really incredible people, and I had this really crappy setup where it was just my Xbox. It was a TV for my monitor. I had an Xbox Connect as my camera. I had my headset mic as my mic, so I sounded like really bad. I was sitting on an air mattress for crying out loud, so I'd be sitting there and it looked so bad, but I was just having fun with it, and people would come in and like they were laughing along, having fun, and even though it was bad quality, like I had like 5 upload speed, if that,
Mm.
like 3 to 5, and but it was fun. It was a great start, and it was humble beginnings, and I wouldn't have changed anything about it. I just had a great time.
Everyone's got to start
Yeah,
somewhere.
yeah, you're absolutely right. In that year, I said I was gonna get partnered on Mixer in a year, and I did. Like right at like 11 months, I ended up getting accepted as a partner on Mixer, and it was just
Wow.
blew up from there. And I was just so excited. People were teasing me like I'm Microsoft's poster child because Microsoft they would or Mixer they would have me promoted on their platform every a week almost like oh yeah partner PinkKnight playing this game, like they put me in videos with Ninja and Shroud in little advertisements on YouTube, and they were tweeting me out on their Microsoft account, like and there was people from Microsoft coming in to watch me play Overwatch. I thought it was so cool. It was
That
such a
is
neat
really cool.
Yeah, it was such a neat experience coming from sitting on an air mattress with a crappy mic playing Friday the
Mm.
13th, screaming and laughing to that year in and doing all these really cool things. Of course, when Microsoft sold, I refused my partnership to Facebook and decided to just just go over to Twitch, which was a very sad time, but you got to make the do with what you got. But I've
100%.
huh?
100%.
Yeah, but it's been fun ever since. It's been quite the experience. Just getting to get that high and then get knocked down a level. To humble myself and just
Mhm.
start back again and just it's just been such a journey, such a journey.
Right. I
Uh,
kind of had something similar. My old artist username Sheepy Beep was actually pretty high up in like the RP sphere.
oh yeah, I
And
remember you saying that.
when I rebranded, I started from square one all over again.
Man,
It definitely makes you a lot more grateful for the experiences
yeah.
that you have.
Oh yeah, it's so humbling because I thought I was
Mhm.
the crap. Like I was still humble. Like I'd never been like that, but I felt really cool. I'm not gonna
Mhm.
lie. I
Right.
like going to PAX South, getting invited out to PAX. I got invited to E3 because when you were a mixer partner, like it really meant something, and you would get invited to all these things hosted by Xbox and Microsoft. Like everything was paid for. I got brought out to PAX South, and all the partners got to meet in this room. They had like waiters walking around with hors d'oeuvres and fancy things I've never seen before, and I'm like
Wow.
thinking, what the heck? I'm just a streamer on
Right.
Mixer with like 10,000 followers. I'm like nobody, I felt like, but it was just
Yeah.
really really neat experience and I'll never ever forget that.
That's really cool. That's cool as an experience.
Oh man. Goodness.
Um, what's your favorite part about being a content creator? Do you have one?
No, it sucks.
All right,
I hate it
fair
so
enough.
much.
Understandable. It does kind of suck. You got a point there.
It does kind of suck. It does, but my favorite thing about being a content creator, right?
Mhm.
Um cuz I'm trying to answer how you asked that question. So, it's just I guess being known and being able to put something out in the world that people are going to see and you're making a difference because that's an
Right.
influencer. Someone will be like, you're not an influencer, you only have so many followers. But if you put content out there and people watch it and they react to it, you're influencing people. So
Mhm.
that's why I always encourage put something good out there. Don't just
Right.
lip sync to a video or put something toxic out there. Like put something good. Put something that's going to change someone's life because you'd be surprised about the quality of life that will change for you when you put good content out there and it's changing people's lives for the better because they appreciate it tenfold. And if it makes a difference in their life, they're going to let you know it usually. And I love it. That's my favorite part is the comments I get, people saying, if they look up to me, they appreciate me. I've changed their life for the better. Like I've inspired them to draw. I've had people say I inspired them to come out of the closet. I'm like, oh, I'm not gay, but I'm so happy for you. Like
Are
I'm
you
proud of you.
sure?
I'm very sure. Wait, what day is it? No, I'm kidding. Um, oh man, and I loved that. I think it's so fun. And it gives me a reason to keep going. It
I
truly
get that.
does. It
I
truly
can
does.
I can understand that.
Yeah, if I was just putting out content just to kind of like get a following and I wasn't getting anything out of it, there's no way I could continue. If I wasn't making a difference in people's life, there's no way I could continue being a content creator. Like there's just like
Right.
I would just go back to enjoying life and just kind of relax with my community, hang out, just do whatever the heck I want. But I want to put good things out there for you guys to view and to maybe make your days better than they would be without it.
That's a perfect segue to my next question. Why don't you tell me about Pigtopia? Tell me about the community.
The community? What
Yeah,
about it?
tell me all about it. Like, what does Pigtopia do?
Oh, that's a lot.
I know. Go ahead. Talk about Pigtopia.
Pinktopia is probably the one place you're gonna find out there that puts as much effort as we do into giving you guys amazing events on VR chat. We have events on Discord, gaming events, art events. We truly want our artists to find themselves, to be inspired by each other, to get their content put out there. We're creating a platform to give you guys space to show off everything you're doing. We want you guys to have stuff to do. Like we genuinely, growing up, the only way I had something to do was if I figured it out myself. I would have dreamed to have something like Pinktopia when I was a little kid. In fact, I started my first community when I was 13 years old because I wanted, I knew there was something out there that I like. There, it wasn't out there, so I was going to create it, right? Um, so when I was creating Pinktopia in mind, I was like, I'm gonna build something where artists can hang out, show off their stuff, have fun, be better. I'm gonna create something where gamers can come in and be safe and have fun. They don't have to deal with the toxic player base of getting, called racial slurs and doxxed and just everything you deal with as a gamer, especially with women, everything they deal with as gamers, everyone, whether you're gay or trans, everything you guys deal with. I'm giving you guys a place where you can just be yourself, have fun and game, and you don't have to worry about someone breathing down your neck and causing you issues. So we wanted to give you a safe space to be yourself. We started creating VR chat events. And we do that because you can't almost go anywhere in today's society without the risk of getting hurt by some crazed lunatic, that's on drugs or, carrying around a gun and just wanting to blow up the place. Like, it's like you just almost can't. Like, there's always that fear. So we wanted to create VR chat events so you can go to karaoke night. You can go to your prom. We host proms every year. You can go to Halloween, Christmas events. You have a place that celebrates Hispanic Heritage Month or all these amazing things. And all of it happens, and we have an amazing staff that makes sure that these things go down. It's not just me. If it was just me, these things would not all be happening. Yes, it's my dreams and my goals, ambitions, all being worked out, but we have an amazing staff, Moon being one of them. We have an amazing staff. Like, this stuff would not happen without them. So just shout out to everyone that's on the Pinktopia staff, whether you're on the event staff, you're a moderator. These things truly would not happen without them. And I just, it means the world to me. Like, last prom we had, I was having one of the worst nights probably in my life, which is saying a lot. And and I was going through something really tragic without going into it too much, and I didn't even want to host the prom. And I thought that was going to be the last event I hosted for Pinktopia because I was almost completely done. I was just a mess. And but when I make a promise and when I say I'm gonna do something, I do it. And so I got through it. I made sure the prom went off amazing. We had all the talents there, the DJs, people singing and performing. Everyone had a good time, and I just lay back and I'm just looking at the ceiling, and I'm like, it's finally done. Like I'm done. Like I can finally call it quits. I can finally rest. Because I was like, I deserve a break, and I was like, I think I'm just gonna be done for now. And I remember Macro and my friend Pillows just standing around me, and like they knew what was going on, and they were just trying to comfort me, and I'm just like, it's great. I'm glad it's over. Pinktopia's done. I'm done with these events. I'm just gonna go off on my own way. And someone comes up. I don't even know who it was because my eyes were closed. And they just come up and they're like, "Oh my gosh, Pink Knight. I really, I know you don't know me, but I really appreciate you. I never got to experience prom because of COVID, and it got shut down, or my school was shut down at the time, and I never got to take my significant other. But you made this happen. You gave us this chance to do this, and I just want you to know I really appreciate what you do. You and your staff." And I'm just laying there, and they walk away after that, and I'm just thinking to myself like, "Oh my gosh, I think I remember why I do this." I think I remember, and it just that really sat with me. And then I was like, you know what? This stuff makes me happy. This stuff, it gives me purpose. And I was like, screw that. I got over myself. I kicked myself in gear. I took 2 weeks off. The first time I ever took a break in 2 years. Or sorry, 6 years. From content creation, streaming. I just spent 2 weeks just doing nothing. I took a break from the community, everything, and I just got back to work and started planning the next thing.
Right.
And I don't know who that was, but I appreciate them so very much. Oh, we got a follower. Thank you for coming in. Welcome to our podcast.
Well, I will say, so believe it or not, guys, I actually started as just a member of Pinktopia. Pink had reached out to me back for their first online Discord convention that they did, and I did a panel for them, and I decided to stay around in Pinktopia because it seemed like a nice server. And like, for me personally, guys, Pinktopia changed my life. I was a far different person when I joined Pinktopia than I am today. None of this would have happened if it weren't for Pinktopia. I was just some nerd fawning over long-haired men. And Pink has given me strength to be a better person. So
Oh,
it's nice to know that we can help you with that as well.
that means a lot. It means a lot to me to hear you say that. And I'm glad you found your place too. And this play, it wouldn't be the same without you or anyone that helps with everything we do without our community.
It's a great community. It's a great community full of very wonderful people, and our staff is fantastic.
It
Like, I
is.
remember joining Pinktopia and looking up to the staff, and now here I am part of it. So it's definitely a full circle moment.
It really is. It really is. And you know, a lot. I've had people get confused. Why do you do this? Like, what do you get out of it? Like, is you just want to get famous? You get money? And typically, I don't really get either. Like, I don't get a lot when it comes like to my following online. It's for my TikTok videos. I don't get anything out of it just by getting people in the Discord to give them the time of their life. I don't get money from it. I think we got like 2 subscribers on our Discord, which thank y'all for that. But that's I can't survive off like $8 a month. Um, I could care less. Um, and I even one of my closest friends was always like, every time I did something like something nice, or I achieved a goal or made someone feel good, and they're like, yeah, that's great. I'm glad you did that, but I know you only really do this because you're a content creator and you get something out of it, like a following. Like, you're only doing this for numbers. And it used to break my heart because I was like, dude, what are you talking about? Like, I would never.
Mhm.
And they would do that every time I did, and it would trigger me. It would genuinely frustrate the heck out of me because I was like, what are you talking about? Until just a while back, they were like, wow, you don't do this just for a following or numbers, do you? I was like, no, I never have. I never
Oh,
have. And they finally saw that, and it took like 4 or 5 years, but I'm glad they finally did because that used to hurt like everything.
right. Right. We're more than our numbers. Every time we're more than our numbers.
Yeah, I'm just a
That should
lonely
be our
man.
catchphrase.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I do like obviously everyone does something for a reason, and I do get a lot out of it. Behind the scenes, I'm a very lonely man. I really am. I grew up in a very toxic household, and I was very lonely, and that's the reason I started my first community after losing my best friend. And I just like I need something. I didn't even know what communities were at the time, but I started my very
Mhm.
first one, and now with Pinktopia, like I get friendship out of it. Like, I get to hang out with people that share the same interest. I can't join a community because like there's always something weird going on in the background. Like, one of the staff touches kids, or they're a weirdo, or there's something toxic, like they allow like racism or homophobia, like in like I never could find a place that just fit my needs, and I was like, I'm gonna make this. So I mean, I get something out of it, and that's friendship, and I love everything we
Right.
do.
Yeah, Pinktopia is a wonderful place, and you should be proud of what you've created.
Well, thank you. I'm proud. I'm
Yeah,
proud.
you should be. You should be. You're a good dude.
Oh,
I
thank
wouldn't
you.
do a podcast with just anyone. Honestly, I wouldn't do a podcast, period.
That's valid. That's that's fair. Me used
I
to be
wouldn't
very
do one.
shy.
I used to be so shy, guys. Like, the first stream that I did with Pink, I was freaking out the whole time. We did our sound check, and he's like, "You okay?" No, I'm not okay. No.
Yeah, but you've come a long way. That's always my favorite
Yeah.
thing, seeing people come out of their shell. It's always nice.
Wouldn't have happened without you.
Oh, you never know.
Nah. Take the compliment and run,
Okay, all
okay? I
right, I'll
don't
take it.
do
I'll
it
take it. I'll
often.
take
I
it. I
don't
suck
do
at
it
taking
often. Just
compliments.
shut up for a second. Good lord.
My bad. My bad. All right.
Yapping.
What was even
Can't
the
even get a
question?
question in. I asked you about Pinktopia, and
Oh
you
yeah.
literally, it's so funny, guys. So I have a whole list of questions to ask him. In that whole span of him answering that question, he answered 5 of my questions.
Oh. Oops. That's
No,
not the
it's
first
totally
time.
fine. No, it feels I feel like it gives more of a flow than me just being like, "Here's a question, answer
Yeah.
it," you know? So, good on you. Good job,
Well,
bud.
thank you. I'm a
Good job.
talker. I got that from my mom. I've been on countless podcasts where I've said a whole spiel, and someone was like, "Well, that was my next question."
Yep. So good job on that,
Thank
bestie.
you.
Good job.
Thank you.
Um, so is there anything you would like to change about your content creation career that you haven't already changed?
Hmm.
Challenging one, huh?
Yeah. I don't
Makes you thunk.
I don't think I would change anything. I'm very much the type to, if I want something, I go after it. I don't let anything stop
Me
me.
too.
I
Me
ri-
too.
yeah, I write down my ideas and I complete them. I'm like that with everything. I'm not gonna ever, I'm not gonna be on my deathbed and be like, man, I sure wish I did that. No, that is not me. I'm gonna tell you how I feel about you. If I love you, if I care about you, if I have a thought, you're gonna hear it. I don't have a filter. I mean, I don't say anything negative, but like, like even my partner, they're like, I'll say something so forward and like, how do you say that? I was just like, because I want to. I remember before me and my partner even got together, um, before we were even talking about dating, and someone was like, "Y'all make a cute couple," and then we were joking like, "Yeah, we're not a couple. We're absolutely not." But then I had that time I was catching feelings. So I was like, I'll be real. I really like you. I think you're really cool. I think you're really cute, and I love your laugh, and I think you're really sweet." And they're like, "How are you being so forward?" I'm just being honest. Yeah, I'm just being honest. But I'm like that with genuinely everything. So no, I wouldn't change anything about my
Good.
content.
I'm gonna be on my deathbed wishing I could kiss that long-haired anime man.
Oh my God, Moon's so delulu, yo. It's crazy. Over like I remember when I
I'm
was a
gonna be
kid,
I'm
huh?
gonna be on my deathbed. You're gonna be like, Moon, Moon, what are your last words? I wish I could kiss Nagisa.
Oh my gosh, dude, that's so wild. I mean, when I was a kid, I used to be in love with Jenny, the robot. Um, from
Unsurprising.
I know I'm into robots.
Unsurprising. Boot Hill, man. He's so hot.
Boot Hill, yeah, I know,
Boot
I
Hill's
know.
so hot, dude.
Yeah,
In
goodness,
case you guys didn't know, I'm in love with fictional men.
wow, wow.
uh
Did you have any more questions?
yes, one more. Last question.
Yeah.
Last question. What is the hardest and easiest parts of being a person online, creating content, influencing people? What are the hardest and easiest parts?
I don't think there's anything easy.
No, I don't think so either.
Um,
Anything that feels effortless to you, though.
Effortless, huh?
Maybe like being a good person.
Yeah, talking to people.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a very good talker, and I love listening to people. I'm a great listener. I think that's my easiest thing. Like I could sit in a
Okay.
room and be the most liked person in like an hour because I've already talked to everybody, asked them how they're doing. Chill with them, dance with them. I do that on VR chat quite a lot. And um, like I'm one of those guys. If like most people like me, but if you don't like me, you really don't like me. um, and which I respect for sure. And
That's right. Give it up for the fictional men. That's
yeah,
right.
give it up for the fictional
You get
man.
it. You get it.
Yeah, and I know that's a hard thing for people. So that's my easiest thing is talking to people, and listening to them, getting to know them.
Yeah, that's hard as all
Yeah,
heck for me. That
yeah,
is so hard for me.
that's fair. I'm really, it's really easy for me to put myself in someone's shoes. So you're telling me a story, like I'll get emotional with you, I'll cry with you, I'll get angry with you, um, because like I feel like I'm sharing that pain with you. That's how
Mhm.
just how I've always been. How about,
Like,
huh?
I got asked last night by one of our friends. They were like, "I'm gonna move over to my other server and talk to my other friend. You're more than welcome to come over." And I was like, no, I don't like meeting new people. No, I'll
That's
pass. I'm
fair.
scared. I'm scared to talk to new people."
That's fair. Completely. That's fair. The hardest thing I would say is you could do your best. You could wake up every morning at the right time, eat your breakfast, do put good out there in the world, be nice to people. You can be the best version of yourself you possibly could ever hope to be. And someone will find a reason to hate you. They will find a reason to talk badly about you publicly or online or privately, spread rumors, to try to get people to dislike you. Just spread rumors that could ruin your identity, dox you, and I've been through all of it. I
Yeah,
re-
it's scary.
yeah, it is scary and it's sad. That's a big reason I stopped creating content months and months ago because I felt like I was putting as much good as I could. Like I gave everyone this community they can be themselves, have fun. I was always being a positive influence everywhere I went, being the best father I could be, the best friends I could ever be. And like I genuinely try so hard to be the best person I possibly can because that's who I want to be. Like I want to be good and someone would just find something to make up. And it seemed like it was happening every other week. Some rumor was getting spread around about me, and it would be the most bizarre things that you could think of. No proof. There was never any proof of anything that was ever said or done, but people would say it, spread it around. My identity getting tarnished. People coming to me that know me IRL and asking, and people stop talking to me because of it, and it genuinely breaks my heart because I'm doing my best, and it's like that for every content creator. Like you could put out the best things ever, and like people are gonna hate you regardless,
Hmm.
and it's really sad, and it's hard to deal
I've
with.
actually never gotten a single hate comment ever on any of my social medias. Never.
I'm that's
Yeah, that's insane to think about, but I have never once gotten a single hate comment.
I'm gonna. Hey, okay. So everyone listen to this podcast. I need you to look. You're gonna find the link of MoonjorasMask. I need you guys to just
Cancel me. Yeah,
hate
just
raid the
cancel me.
hell
Don't
out of
even
Moon.
joke about that. Don't even joke about
No,
it.
we're not joking. We're doing something fun today. I'm kidding. Do
No,
not, do not.
no,
No,
no.
no
Do
hate
not
race.
hate raid me.
No, we love Moon. In fact, if you go to check out their socials, make sure to be nice to them. Like their stuff, share their stuff. They obviously got you. I
Yeah,
got
go
you.
ahead. Yeah,
No,
go
do not.
ahead and make up your tracks there.
Yeah, don't hate anybody. But if you're into wanting to do content, be an influencer, you're gonna get hate. You're gonna get people
Hmm.
making up things about you, and you just gotta continue. You just gotta keep moving forward.
Block and ignore.
Yeah, a lot of
Block and
people.
ignore.
Yeah, a lot of people think, oh, it would be so amazing to be a content creator and influencer. It's really not.
No.
You gotta make do with it. Like, there's the only reason I'm an influencer is because I want to put good out there in the world to make people's lives better. That's genuinely it. And I just want to build a home for good people, and
Right.
that's what we're doing here in the podcast. Um,
Yeah.
um, but yeah, that's my answer.
Okay, that's all I need to know about you.
Yeah, that's all you need to know.
I know enough.
You know enough.
I know enough.
Not OCs or names or I
Do
don't
you
know.
want to talk about your OCs?
I think they're cool.
Okay, go ahead.
I
Tell
like
us
them.
about your book.
Oh, my book.
Yeah, go ahead. Tell us about your book.
So, if you're in the Discord, I have tons of mascots. And I actually used to do this thing years and years ago with my community when it was very small. Where if you were in my community for a long period of time, maybe you became a moderator, I would get a mascot drawn for you. It was based off like your character or like whatever you wanted to make up. And I used to do that a lot, and it was a lot of fun. But then friends fall apart, and I kept having to scrap them. I kept losing money, and like I eventually just stopped doing that. But all the mascots in our server are a lot of fun. They're really neat. I love art. I love buying art. It's a lot of fun. That's why I have my own wax melts. Shameless plug. All based off of different characters from different shows and anime, and every bit of the art's commissioned by people in our community, and their name is on every wax melt that I sell. So when those people buy them and use them, they can actually search up that creator's name, which I think is just a fun thing to do. Um,
There's even one made after me. It's
yeah,
liquefied me.
Yeah, I did recently made my newest wax melt was a MoonjorasMask wax melt. It's strawberry cheesecake, and it smells so. I sold out at the last con that I went to. Moon did the art for me, and so I really appreciated that. But it was so beautiful, and that's a fun thing that I do. But I love my
Did you
mascots.
notice? Did you notice there's a wax melt on your side of the desk?
Is that what that
That's a
is?
yeah, that's a
Is that
wax
what that
melt package.
was?
Yeah, that's a wax melt
I did
package.
not know that. That's
Yeah.
a wax melt on my neck. Okay.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Well, there you have
Yeah.
it. That's great. But also have been writing a book. At least I stopped months ago because depression. And recently I lost a
I
lot of
feel
friends at the
that.
time. I lost a lot of friends, and I'm the type of guy to put my friends in my book, and I have to write out like half the characters, due to that. So, oh, so stop, please. Thank you. Sorry, my alarm.
Guys, he has an iPhone. He has an iPhone, guys.
Listen,
Shame him and cancel him for
I
that
only
one.
have one
New
because
iPhones.
it's not even new. It's like a 10-2 or whatever.
Ew.
Yeah, but
I hate
anyways,
iPhones.
me too. But I was writing a book based off the mascots, and it was a lot of fun. It's a medieval type book, taking place all the dragons and wars and all that fun stuff. And I'm not going to give too much details on it, but I want to get back into writing it because it's a lot of fun, and writing is a lot of fun.
Please, I want to read your book.
Of
I
course,
love
I
reading.
know, I know. Um, Goodness. Yeah. Any other questions?
Nope.
Okay. Cool. Cool beans. Um. So thank you. And hey, while this is live, is there anyone in the chat that would like to ask me or Moon any questions before we get into the last few bits of our podcast today? This could be any kind of questions. Just keep them respectful and clean, by the way.
Ask me about long-haired men. Ask me about long-haired men.
Please do not. Please do not. And it's good to see all of you guys, by the way. I'm glad you're all alive and well. I love you guys dearly. But we'll give you guys a few seconds to ask anything if you want. I'm also going to get ready for the next segment.
It's time for my favorite segment.
Oh my
I'm so
god, of
excited
course.
for this. I'm so
Of course. I
excited.
know.
I
I know
can't
you're
wait to
excited.
talk about this.
Goodness.
So I very briefly went over this. Darkseid asked who met who first. I very briefly went over this, but I didn't go
Oh.
into the origin of our story. So I met Pink at another online Discord convention. It was one of the first ever online Discord conventions. And I
Yeah.
applied to be an artist at their artist alley, and it was also my first time being an artist at an artist alley, and I was so excited when I got the acceptance email, and it was really cool. And the artist alley for that convention was a little sad. Nobody was really paying attention to all the artists, and I remember making quite a few art friends back then because we were all in the art chat complaining about how nobody was giving us any attention. But Pink here was one of the staff help, I believe, in the convention, and
That's correct.
he was also a guest, and he went into my artist alley and was like, girl, I love your work is so beautiful, I'm in love with it, the style is adorable, I'm gonna go ahead and follow you. And it just made my day. It made me so happy.
Oh.
And then we didn't really talk much after that because I don't talk to people. I didn't at all. And he sent me a DM on Twitter a few years back and was like, "Hey, my Discord server is holding an online convention, and I was wondering if you would like to be a guest panelist for us." And I was like, "Oh, yeah, I actually have a dating sim that I've been working on that I could talk about." And he's like, "Oh, absolutely. Let's do this."
Yeah, that was
So
neat.
then so then I did the panel for the Pinktopia Discord Con, and it was called Kingdom Con, and I was terrified, by the way, guys. Because I went into like the mic check voice call, and I was in with one of the mods pillows, and we were doing all the mic checks and making sure I sounded okay. And then I just see like a crap ton of people join this VC because this was before Discord stages were a thing. And there was like probably about 20 something people in this VC. I start freaking out. Full on meltdown. And Pillows, bless her heart for this, I will never forget this, was like, "It's gonna be great. You're gonna do great. It's okay. You've got this." And that panel was probably one of my biggest interactions with Pink. And then I started like watching his streams and stuff like that, and we just gradually got closer and closer over time.
Yeah,
So that's how we met.
that
He
was a lot
scouted
of
me.
fun. Yeah, I did.
It
I
was.
scouted you. Yeah, those Discord cons, dude. Those were a lot of fun back in the.
Mhm.
So yeah, back when when COVID happened, um, this is a prime example of be good to the people you meet. Like
Mhm.
just be genuine and be nice. Like
Yeah.
and talk to people because someone reached out to me back when I was the COVID happens, conventions all over the world were canceled. Like nothing was happening. It was depressing for con goers and artists and cosplayers. It was just the saddest time. And someone reached out to me that I met at a con like a year before and was like, "Hey, don't know if you remember me, but we met at the con. You were always so nice and kind, and I see you, you've been starting to like make some content. Like I was just starting out, and like, would you like to help us host the very first Discord con?" And I was like, "Oh, absolutely." I can't remember what it was called because I helped with so many at that time. So I helped out with that one, and it went off with amazing. I can't even remember if that was the one you were a part of because right after that ended, like we deleted the server. You know, we were like, "All right, guys, have a good weekend." It was amazing, a lot of fun. Then four other people reached out to me, four or five. "Hey, we love the con you guys did. We want to host our own. Will you help? Will you help?" People were asking me like every week, like over over the next few months. I helped out with like 7 or 8 different Discord cons. Um, and it was just the most fun I've ever had helping with all these conventions to make sure they went on, and that's what really helped me spark with all my interest in all these events that we do, and to eventually do our own Discord convention. There was like Discord Con, Icon, VR Con,
Mhm. Icon was the one I was at.
Icon. Yes, that was a good
Yep.
one.
So
COVID Con was
that's
one.
that's kind of why you want to be a good person, because Pink doesn't even remember any of that. Like
No,
he doesn't remember what he said to me, but I will never forget.
no,
Like
absolutely.
I won't ever forget how he treated me at that convention. You
Oh,
know, you can change somebody's life with just a few words.
you really can. You can change everything. A guy came to me. I didn't even recognize him. I don't feel like I ever met this man in my life, but in town he came to me and he was like, he said my real name. He was like, "Pink, I don't know if you remember me, um, but years ago I used to hang out with your brother a lot. I would spend the night, and one night I was just starving, like there was nothing to eat, and at y'all's house, and your brother wasn't like doing anything, and you came over to me and offered me some beans, and and you gave me some of your food and just went back to your room, and I just wanted to let you know I never forgot about that, and I appreciate you so much." I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, man, I'm glad I could offer
Hey,
you some beans. I don't remember giving this man some beans."
um, when I was a little kid, I was bullied really bad,
Yeah.
and I
Skill
would
issue.
go yep, but
Okay.
I was, like, really nerdy and liked reading, so I would help kids learn how to read in lower grades.
Oh.
And when I was a young adult, I had this, like, teenager come up to me and his mom, and they were like they called me my legal name, but they were like, "Moon, it's so good to see you. You look so good." I was like, who are you?" And they're like, "Oh, you used," his mom was like, "You used to teach my son how to read, and he's severely
Oh.
autistic, and you were the only one that, like, gave him the time of day, and because of you, he was able to, like, really get into reading." And then he spoke up and he was like, "You really changed, like, you changed my life for that." He's like, "You were always so nice and so kind to me, and I will never forget what you've done for me." And I, like, don't remember it at all. Like, at
Wow.
all.
Isn't that something? You just put out good, like you're not doing it for like gain. You're just being good. Be good to
Yeah,
your
just being
neighbor.
a nice person.
Yeah. I mean, we didn't talk about my role models today, but like my three people I look up to always have is Mr. Rogers because he taught you to be good to your neighbor. Like be good. No matter even if they're bad to you, be good to, put good out there. Bob Ross because his create he was creative and very artistic, and I
Twinsies.
yeah, I loved watching him. As a kid, I had a little box TV because I'm old, so back in the 50s, we would just hook up the television. We'd hook up the telly and watch basically I'd watch Mr. Rogers, I'd watch Bob Ross and watch Dragon Tales basically on my early mornings before school. And and then I would loved watching Steve Irwin. You know and
Fair,
yeah,
fair.
and because of his kindness to animals. So that's like my three things: good to people, good to your animals, don't mistreat things, and be artistic. And like if you go to Pinktopia, that's what you see. That's what people
Mhm.
will tell me, like I see these things in the community, and like that's why we do what we do. That's why, because that's my three role models. I love them to pieces.
Right,
It
valid.
sucks my all my role models are dead, but you
Yeah,
know but that's what's important. They left behind a legacy that
they
changed my whole
outlived
life.
themselves.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like the reason I am who I am is because of those three men. Like I love them completely, and they inspire me, and that's why we have Pinktopia today. It's like a huge reason. At least it's the way it is because of them.
Right.
Yeah. um Links, a quick question for both of you: what would you do and react if you found out you saved someone's life that looks up to you? Go ahead, Moon.
Mm, that one's that one's a little bit hard.
Yeah, it's
That's definitely an interesting one because I've been there.
yeah.
Um, a little bit of personal details from me. I have actually attempted before many times. I've been in those shoes. Um, and I'll take this moment to say that whether you feel like it won't get better at all, it does get better. It really does. Because I genuinely did not think that things would get better. My plan when I graduated high school, believe it or not, was I was going to be 18. My parents couldn't tell me what to do anymore, and I was going to check myself into a mental facility. You know, most 18-year-olds are excited to be on their own, and I just wanted to get some help. I ended up not doing that, but that's what my plan was. Um, and I think that it would be an honor to be able to help someone realize that things get better. I think that that would probably be one of the ultimate compliments to me, because I've been in those shoes. I know how hard it is, and I know, what that can do. I know that being someone's way of them staying alive is a very big responsibility. And it would make me feel like I have succeeded if someone feels that way, I suppose.
Oh, I'm sure they do. Even if they don't say it, I'm sure.
I feel like that would be a huge compliment. What about you, Pink?
It's happened several times. People have told me that. You never really know how true it is, but it's still a very
Mm-hmm.
sweet sentiment. I don't want any. I hate when people feel like that. I think a lot of us, even in listeners, have probably felt like that once or twice in their life, where like
Mm-hmm.
there's just no hope. I felt like that, in the end of my marriage. Like I just like there's just no hope. Um, and but I've had people come to me and say that I've changed their life for the better, and that's exactly why I do what I do. Why we have the safe place, why we put good out there in the world, and it means a lot to me because it saved me too. Like I wouldn't be
Mm-hmm.
here if it wasn't for the friends I've made, for the community. I genuinely just would not. And you guys give me so much hope myself. Um, but if I could save even just one person, I would just be the happiest man I could possibly be. It's such a good thing. Life is so important, and a lot of people throw it away because they don't feel like things can get better. But it can get better. Um, like that one quote from Robin Williams is suicide is a short term solution for long wait no wait a long
It's
term
a long-term
term
solution
solution
for
for
a
short
temporary
term,
problem.
yeah, for a temporary problem. Thank you.
Mhm.
And I've always really liked the quote. Even though we lost Robin Williams to suicide, God bless him. But that is still a
Mhm.
very true statement. Things do get better. It just takes time and a lot of hard work.
Mhm. Without Pinktopia, I would not still be an artist.
Oh,
Before I had joined Pinktopia, I was actually going to quit.
yeah.
I was very unhappy with my current situation creatively and life-wise, and without people who support me. And I always try to stress this, and you'll see me say it a lot. I am nothing without the people who support me. Because them saying, even people just encouraging me is just, it's the world to me. um like my game, I was really scared to like start talking about my game, and everyone was so excited about my game, and without that encouragement, my game wouldn't be where it's at today. So,
Oh, that melts my heart, man. That's just goodness. I love art so much.
it is. It is.
Um,
It can have its rocky moments, but
it can.
I love being an artist. It's one of my favorite things about myself is being an artist.
That's good. I enjoy your art, and what you when you say what I told you back then, even though I don't
Mhm.
remember that specific moments, like I know I said that, like that's everything I would have said to you when I saw your art, like absolutely, because you do have incredible art. You're very talented, and I thought you should have heard that.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
I did. I needed to hear it. I always need to
good.
hear
Good.
it.
Well, it's very true. It's very true. And I see your comment. Thank you for letting us know that, and we do appreciate you, and we're glad
Mhm.
you're here. And if
Absolutely.
anyone, any listener, ever has those doubts, it it's I mean it's very cliche, but it does get better. It
It
genuinely
does.
does. But you have to work for it. It doesn't
Mhm.
just magically pop out like a fairy tale. It takes time and a lot of effort to find
Mhm.
happiness within yourself, whether it's with yourself, another person, or your activities, your hobbies.
Right.
But I do say that it's harder to lose if you find love within yourself. That's something I had
Mhm.
to do this year. I was always like, I have to find love with somebody, right? I have to have someone that loves me and likes me for who I am. But that's temporary. And when I found love within myself, no one could take that away from me. I really found my own happiness, and that's what really helps me get back in the game, enjoy what I do.
Right.
Yeah,
Agree 100%.
yeah. And let's see. And a lot of podcasts, they typically ask me about why I chose my name, Pink Knight, and my first community.
Mhm. I was going to, but then you started talking about why you started doing community while talking about Pinktopia, so you
Yeah.
answered that question
Oh,
already.
I guess I did, didn't I?
Yeah.
Um, goodness. Um,
I told you, you answered like 5 questions
that's
in one
true.
go.
That's true. Um, but yeah, yeah. Goodness, good times, man. I would like to tell them why I did choose my name Pink Knight. I typically like especially for our first podcast, I would like to people to know why my name is Pink Knight. You know,
Yeah, go right on ahead.
you know. Um, Struggling with that to this day. Hey, I love you guys, man. Struggle's gonna happen. You guys can you got to work to get over that struggle though. Um, and I believe in every single one of you guys because life's a freaking struggle. Obviously, I never struggle because I'm amazing.
Uh-huh, right. Go ahead, tell us what Pink Knight is for.
Yeah. So when I was 6 years ago, when I wanted to get into content, I was choosing the name Bram. Oh, why did I added my name? I don't care. I'll go ahead and say it. I was gonna choose the name Bramlet Gaming, um, and because I was like, oh, that's what everyone does. So if you go by someone so gaming, that's cool. You do you. But it's very not creative.
Right.
And I was going with that, and then I was like, I'm gonna go with Night Gaming, right? Some of you might have saw it on April Fool's Day. I actually had my name as Night Gaming because it was like a little shout out to my old name.
Mm.
And I even have an old business card like made out of paper and like I sketched out. It says Night Gaming with a little night logo. So like it was I keep it in my wallet just to remember where I came from. Um, but I was like, I need something that means a lot more to me. And so like in some of this might be emotional to some people, but like in I've told this story to a few friends. So it used to I said this story years ago and I bawled on stream, but I can say it because I'm happy over it. I'm happy my life has happened the way it has to where I am the way I am today. But there's a really powerful meaning behind Pink Knight and why I chose the name because I hated the color pink. No offense, Moon, but I hated the color
Bruh.
pink years ago. I truly did. I could not stand the color. Because like I enjoyed cooking and I wanted an easy bake oven. They only had it in pink, and I'm like I'm a man and I want a blue easy bake oven.
Mm.
And it made me mad because I couldn't find one, so I hated pink.
Bruh.
But back in the '70s when I got on MySpace, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Bruh.
So back in early 2000s, I got on MySpace, and I was around 12 or 13. I was around 12 years old, and I was on MySpace, and like at this time I had zero friends. I had no friends. I'm sure a lot of you guys can relate. Sorry. Yeah, I know a lot of y'all are losers, but I had zero
Hey.
friends. I'm kidding, obviously.
Didn't have to call people out like that. Gosh, darn.
Listen, I was very homebody. I had no friends. School, me and my family did not get along, and life just sucked, man. So I'm on MySpace browsing along, and I see this forum post that says "looking for a friend." And I'm like, whoa, here's my chance, man. Here's my chance. I'm going to get a friend today. Like, I was so excited, man. And I start typing. I'm like, hello, I'm so and so. Like, I like this. I like art. I like drawing Sonic. And so I start talking to this person that made the forum post on MySpace, and we it's getting along talking about favorite shows, cartoons, games, as you do. And I found out this is like some woman in her like 30s, and that's kind of weird, but nothing weird ever happened. I'll go ahead and admit that. I wasn't like that either. Like, I just needed a friend so desperately bad. I needed to
Mhm.
talk to someone besides my own having my thoughts in my dang head. Um so we continue talking every day. I'm at school thinking about this person. They are my muse. Like, I am just so excited. I'm gonna go home after school. I'm gonna get on and like talk to them, talk about our favorite shows. And this happened for months and months and months. And then one day they told me, they're like, "Yo, Pink." Obviously that wasn't my name at the time, but they said, "Yo, Pink. Um, I don't think we should be friends anymore."
Aw.
Yeah, and I was like freaking out. I was like, why? what did I do? And that's how I am. Every time something happens, I'm like, what did I do? What could I have done better?
Right.
So I'm like, what did I do? I'll change. I'll do this. Whatever I said, I'm so sorry. I'll fix myself. They're like, no, no, no. It's not you. It's just I I don't know what the future has. And I'm like, what are you talking about? They tell me, they're like, I have breast cancer, and at the time I had no idea what that was. I did not know what the word breast meant. I did not know what the word cancer meant. I know I was a dumb little kid. And I was like, I thought it was the flu. I'll be real with y'all. I thought they were sick and they were gonna get over it. Um, and so we get to talk, and I'm like, no, I don't care. I do not care that you have that, and I like you the way you are, and I want to be your friend, and I'm cool with that. And they said, oh, okay, sure, sure. And then it went back to normal, like nothing happened. Just every day, talking, 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 gaming, sharing funny gaming stories. And one day, come home, rush to the computer, excited to tell them about how my day went. And my day wasn't good, but I always lied to them because they were the only good thing in my life. And so I sent them a message, and I'm waiting for the response, and nothing. I guess I'm like, oh, they must have fell asleep early tonight, and so I'm like, okay, I just go to bed, and I go to school next day, come home, and nothing. I don't get a message. I'm like, hey, I'm sorry. Hope you're doing okay. Hope you're feeling good. Miss you. Wanted to come say hi. Good night. Go to bed. Next day, come home. Hey, I'm starting to worry about you. Like, are you okay? You sick? Is the breast cancer? I'm thinking like it's the flu. And I'm like, I'm just checking on you. Let me know you're okay. And then getting nothing. And then this happens the next day. Come home. It's like the weekend, and just chilling at home. Message, hey, I'm so sorry. Like, how I'm like, I'm freaking out. I'm like, I'm so sorry. Whatever I did, I will do better. I will change. I will fix myself. I will whatever I said, whatever I did to upset you, please just forgive me, and I'll be a better person. Like that. That's just I sent that in a long message. I'm so sorry. And a week and a half goes by, and I get a DM from them. I'm like, oh, thank God. Oh man. And I'm just looking, and it's a long message, and I'm like, oh gosh, what happened? I'm like, maybe they just missed me. And then I see the message. I had this saved in my MySpace forever, but the message basically read out, hey, this is so and so, Amy's sister. Amy was my best friend at the time. This is Amy's sister. I just wanted to get back to. I've been trying to get back to everyone, but I wanted to let you know that 2 weeks ago, Amy did pass away. And we had her funeral yesterday, and she gave I had her login information ready, and she left this message for every one of her friends, and it was just a huge message from Amy saying thank you for making these months so bearable and fun, and give me a reason just to fight as long as I did. And they mentioned me and like some other people that we were all talking to each other, and I was just blown away. I just sat there, you know, 12 or 13 years old, just sitting there in my chair, trying to contemplate what happened. Like what is this? What is breast cancer? Like why was this so bad? Why is my friend gone? Like I didn't know what to think. I just sat there in silence, just looking at the screen for like I don't even know how long. And goodness, just reading it over and over. I read it every single day because it was my last message from them. I remember I read it every single day.
Aww.
I did. And until MySpace, eventually MySpace closed down, at least where I had it saved. But I did. I read it every single day just because I missed them so much. And I kept that. I kept that to me because I'm not gonna go tell my parents. Oh, I was talking to some
Right.
woman on the internet, and
Right.
they're dead now. Like how do you say that to anybody?
Right.
um, but 10 years passed. I'm starting streaming, and everyone's like, "Why are you PinkKnight? Why?" Oh, yeah, it's cool color, man. Like, and I hid that so long until one night I did eventually tell you guys. Some of y'all might even be there from that night. Um, anyone that might be listening to this, y'all might honestly remember this same story from years ago.
Mm.
Um, but I just wanted something to remember my friend. You know, she was my very first friend. She was my best friend, and she encouraged me to do art and to be better. And I wanted to carry that wherever. So the and then I saw that breast cancer was their color is pink, and I hated the color. I hated the color, but God, I needed something to make me work hard every single day. So I went with PinkKnight. Um, and that's why we have Pinktopia, we have PinkKnight, all because of my friend from years and years ago. Which it means a lot to me. They mean a lot to me, and I love sharing that story because yeah, things happen, and you can use those things for either good or for bad. I could have remained bitter for the rest of my life because oh woe is me, my friend died. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but I chose to be better and use that to start something, to start a flame and create something good. Shortly after, after that, I realized, wow, I actually do have the ability to make a friend. Like, and
Mm-hmm.
before that, I did not think I was capable of making a friend. I just did not. I thought I was going to be hated for the rest of my life by everyone I ever met. But they truly changed how I perceived myself. And after that, I made my very first community on Fan Pop. I believe I was 13 or so, called
Old.
yeah, old, called Sonic Fan Art. Um, and I just started from there, just like posting fun stuff. Um, and making fun questions where people could answer stuff about Sonic the Hedgehog, their favorite
Mhm.
games, and people started posting their fan art of Sonic, and I would get in there and post like weekly appreciation posts, which we do very much now, by the way, Jackie does. And I started doing that when I was 13 years old on a little kid, and I was starting something really fun, and I was like, wow, this is something I really enjoy doing, and I want to do this for the rest of my life. And Amy did that for me. Amy gave me the courage to step out of my comfort zone and realized I had the power to do anything I want. And I wanted to make more friends after that and live on make a legacy for myself. Um,
That's awesome.
yeah, so thanks to them, we have Pinktopia. We have PinkKnight. I don't know who I would be without them. Um, and it feels so good being able to tell that story now.
Mm,
Um,
that's good.
Yeah, and I love pink. I love pink now. Like it's really grown
Mm,
on me, by the way, guys.
traumatized into the color.
Yeah, it really traumatized to the color. Um goodness. But
That's
yeah,
awesome.
I'll go back to that old first group too because it's still up to this day where people like would comment on stuff and it's really neat seeing old art and just me seeing me as a kid what I was doing as a little kid and then what I'm doing now. It's really neat seeing because I'm 29, like 16 years later, where we're at now, like with because it was just me. It was just me hosting a little fan page, and now we have a whole team of moderators and event staff hosting events where hundreds of people are trying to break down the doors to get into, and we just have amazing things going on. Minecraft, our own Minecraft server, thanks to our amazing friend Jib, and all the fandom meetups we started up, the art challenges going on every month. We have a huge community that's doing all these things, and it all started from a small seed of love I had for someone that lived across the world.
Mhm.
Man, so life is what you do with it, y'all. Anything can
Yeah.
inspire you to do amazing things. If you put, yeah,
100%.
you just gotta think positive, put your mind to it, and don't and think bad things happen, and it is okay to cry. It is okay to scream and yell out your feelings in a healthy way by yourself somewhere, more than likely. But it is okay to cry your guts out and then get the hell over it and then make something out of it. Use it to inspire whatever passion or hobby you're wanting to do and make life the best it can be.
I completely agree. Thank you for sharing that.
I'm quite the yapper.
Yeah, we've figured this out.
Yes.
It's
I'll
okay.
finish talking and my mouth will be as dry as a fish out of water, and I'll be like, how long have I been talking?
For quite a while. Um, I liked Shadow the Hedgehog a lot.
Yeah, of course you did.
I'm a Shadow apologist. Also, I go back and look at my old flip notes sometimes, and I just cringe. It hurts.
Man.
Ouch. 13-year-old Moon really didn't know what oversharing on the internet was. That's for frickin' sure.
That's very fair. That's very fair. Goodness. Dude, that was fun. We've talked about ourselves, and that was
Yeah.
really neat. Guys, in the future we will be interviewing people. It won't be this long of a segment where we're talking about somebody unless they go on for a certain amount of time, but we are basically interviewing two people here today for our very first podcast, and I appreciate to our listeners live and the ones that are listening to this as it's being recorded. And after it's recorded, it means a lot to us. But in the future, you're gonna have a lot of neat guests. And after that, we're going to a segment where we talk about.
Is it time?
It's time.
Do I get all right? You guys better get your teacups ready. This is the part I'm excited for because when we were planning this podcast, right? Here's a little bit of backstage info. We were planning this podcast and we were deciding what we wanted the podcast to like be about because we didn't want it to be just interviews. Like we wanted to have other stuff. And I was like, can we do a tea segment? Or I love talking about drama. I love it so much. It's so fun.
Right. And
So,
someday something will happen to me, and we can talk about it then too, which
oh
will be
yeah,
great.
absolutely. That'll be cool. That'll be
Yeah.
really cool. The only thing that I could potentially get canceled for online is the fact that I like fictional men just a little bit
Yeah.
too much.
Didn't you draw me pregnant one time?
Yeah, I did. I did draw Pink pregnant one
Yeah.
time.
I feel like that'll come up
Guys,
someday.
guys, if you mess with me, I will draw you pregnant. I will do it. This is a
It's
threat.
true. I'm a victim.
This is a threat.
To be fair, I
Cancel.
thought it was hilarious.
It was pretty funny.
Yeah,
It was
so
pretty funny.
we can put that on paper that it was pretty great. I loved it.
Yeah. Yeah, so don't cancel me for it, okay?
Yeah.
It's just funsies. It's just for funsies, guys. All right. So, it's a great week for VTuber drama this week, by the way.
What happened this week, man?
I was looking and researching for the podcast, right? And we've got a big thing, but I'm going to talk about the small things first because the big thing is really big. So we have Nijisanji EN is a VTuber agency, and I'm gonna give you guys background information on stuff that I talk about too, so that you guys aren't confused. Nijisanji EN has been in a lot of hot water. They are a VTuber agency that employs VTubers in Japan and English, as far as I'm concerned. The EN branch like takes people who can speak English and stuff like that, hence why it says EN. A few people may be familiar with the Solen Tatsuki drama. She got fired for allegedly discussing other livers bullying her, which livers, when I say that, is basically the VTubers that are part of the agency. So technically, you would say if I was under a Pinktopia umbrella, I would be a Pinktopia liver, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I had no idea what that meant the other day, so they had to
Yes.
explain it to me.
Yes. So I have no, if anything I say confuses you guys, ask me and I will explain it. Because the VTuber sphere is a little bit confusing. But livers, they are also referred to as talents. That's a VTuber under the agency sphere. So Solen Tatsuki got fired or terminated from Nijisanji for reporting issues for her allegedly getting bullied for that. But I will say there was no proof that I could see. So I will say allegedly to protect us. But she did get terminated. There is proof that she got terminated.
Oh.
Nijisanji said that it was due to contract violations, but they didn't provide any proof of that, and Solen Tatsuki couldn't provide any proof either. She got locked out of her account, and that's some old tea, but it's very important background information.
Okay.
She has become an indie VTuber, which is a VTuber like me. I don't operate under an agency sphere. I operate as my own my own entity. I don't have a manager managing me or anything. So now Selen Tatsuki is called Doki Bird, and she's been doing really good as an indie VTuber. She's been getting a lot of support from the community. She's been getting brand deals and stuff like that. So there's some good news.
Okay. Yeah, we
Old
got some good
Niji,
news.
yep, old Nijisanji EN VTuber is doing great as an indie VTuber, right? Another good news. Another Nijisanji EN VTuber Pomu Rainpuff. I don't know why she got terminated, but she got terminated or graduated. No, she graduated from Nijisanji, which graduation means that they have quit on their own terms. Um, so she graduated from Nijisanji a while ago. She is now also an indie VTuber, and she's a really cute ghost VTuber now, and she's collabing with a V Shoujo VTuber now. So there's some good news. Now we're gonna get into the juicy stuff. Are you ready?
Well, hell yeah.
All right. So, Nijisanji En has a sub branch called Luxiem or something like that. It's Luxiem. Um, and it is all male VTubers.
Okay,
You
all male
guys,
VTubers.
yes, so you guys may have heard of like Vox Akuma.
Yeah.
That's pretty much the only one other than the one we're about to talk about that I can think of. Um, so Luca Kaneshiro is in the all male VTuber group. So he's getting canceled this week.
Yeah.
His old moderator, Raziel, while moderating for him, she had a alternate username called Mizuki VT. They were a streamer before getting like in cahoots with Luca. They released an entire 58-page Word
Good lord.
document.
And this was a mod of his?
This was a mod of his.
Oh, that's rough. I've had that happen.
Release a
That's rough.
58-page document with receipts, which we will show a few receipts, detailing how garbage of a person he is in their eyes. In
Oh.
their eyes.
Yeah.
And I read
Just,
every single
just let me know when you
page.
want me to show this.
Okay, I read every single page just for you guys, so you guys
Wow.
don't have to read it. So
I mean, it's
I'm
got
gonna
a bit of
give
an
you,
issue.
yeah, I'm gonna give you a TLDR, too long didn't read, of this giant document because it is bad.
Is that what
So,
that means?
yes.
I never knew what TLDR meant.
Too long didn't read.
That's funny. Okay, go
Yes.
on.
So, summarizing what he has done, and we're going to go into detail on all of these big points, but I'm going to summarize what he's done from this, and I went through and picked out the big pieces. And when we post the Spotify and the YouTube, I will post the original document PDF, so if you guys want to read it, you can, but I'm going to speed run it so you don't have to, right? Give you
Bless
the
you.
key points.
Yeah.
So he was not doing his own handwritten merch notes. A lot of VTubers in the VTuber agencies and stuff like that will have merch that are like little postcards with like their art on it. And then on the back, they'll have like a handwritten message.
Yeah.
This moderator, Raziel, would write his handwritten notes for him.
What?
He did not write his own notes.
That's rough.
Yeah. So that number one is it's a subcontracting thing, which the Nijisanji En contract just got leaked, and subcontracting is against a talent's contract. So he could get terminated for that. As of this moment, I did just look up what's going on today before we started. He is not terminated yet, which is surprising after everything I'm about to talk about.
Wow.
So that is false advertising on top of subcontracting because it's advertising that this is his handwriting and it is not. And when he was in the audition process before becoming Luca, was going onto alt Twitter accounts that this mod had access to and knew that it was his accounts, discouraging other talents from participating in the audition process.
Wait, he
Like
would do this?
yes, he would do this.
Why?
He literally went and made, like, really mean tweets saying that you're not meant to be a Nijisanji, talent if you can't even sit through the audition
Why would
process.
he do that?
Because he had insecurity issues and thought that if more talented people, would join the auditions, he wouldn't get picked.
Oh.
Yeah. Again, this is speculation on Raziel's part. This is not my speculation. This is just from the document. This is what
Yeah.
Raziel thought was.
Yeah,
Now
if you
I
did that,
will
shame on you.
yeah, I will say I'm trying to be as impartial as possible. I never liked Luca Kaneshiro. I never liked him. He seemed off to me. So I wasn't really a Luca fan. I like Vox Akuma, but I found out some stuff about Vox Akuma that I need to research for our next T drop. Yeah,
Uh-oh.
so he's gonna be another topic.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
That's the one thing people don't realize about us influencers. We're real people. We mess up. We
Mhm.
do stupid things. Some of us are really terrible people.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like a lot of people out there, like you worship the ground they walk on. Try
Mhm.
to take a look at who they are, and
Yeah.
yeah, just know they're real people. And they
Yes.
they do some crappy things sometimes.
Yes.
Yeah. Go on. I want to hear more.
You got your teacup ready?
Yeah. Seriously, I'm drinking
So
right now.
this one I think you're going to find a lot of interest in.
Oh.
Before he became Luca Kaneshiro, he was called Java, and he would appear on Raffle Gator's stream.
Oh,
Uh,
Raffle
y-
Gator.
yes,
I
so
probably need to
he
hold my
would
tongue.
he appeared on his streams as a guest, and he would pretend to be women on VR chat.
Oh. To
Yes.
Raffle Gator?
Yes. Well, Java, which is Luca Kaneshiro's before handle before he was Luca Kaneshiro.
Okay, so did they know he was acting like a girl, or was this like a joke? Like
This
was
was a
this
joke.
okay, okay.
This was a joke. Rafflegator knew, but people wouldn't know that he was a girl until he like
Yeah.
revealed it to people, like
Okay. I've
people who
done
were
that.
in the streams. Right.
Yeah.
That's not something get canceled over, I should clarify.
Okay.
But this is very valuable backstory.
Okay.
So he was very active in the VR chat sphere, and in fact, this mod Raziel actually met him through doing VR chat streams with Rafflegator. So that's how they met back in like 2018. Um, Turns out our bestie Luca Kaneshiro liked to push boundaries in VR chat.
Oh.
And one time, this is an account from Raziel. They were on VR chat together, and Luca had gotten very quiet while they were sitting. And Raziel's like, "Are you okay? Is there something going on?" Turns out Luca was doing unsavory
No way.
actions to their voice and had
Oh.
admitted that they were doing unsavory actions
Oh. I
to
know I
their
know that's a
voice.
very common VR chat thing to do.
Mhm.
But don't
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah. It is
Oh.
it is very cancel worthy for someone who is
That's
employed by a VTuber agency, and it's just
that's
a bad thing to
gross.
do.
Yeah,
It's
that's
you gotta
awful.
respect people's
See,
boundaries.
a lot of people separate VR chat from real life because like, oh,
Mhm.
it's my game, it's a game, but dude, like you're there experiencing all these things while they're happening with real
Right.
people. Like they're real people.
Right.
They're not pixels. They're not created
Yes.
for your pleasure. Like they are
Mhm.
real people in your time. Like
So,
it's crazy.
funny thing is, he got caught by his mom.
Okay, that's
So,
funny.
yeah, so he had to stop because he got caught by
I
his
would have to
mom.
forgive him for that. That's kind of funny.
So, but I just, I thought that was a good point to talk
Oh.
about because it's VR chat related, and you are very VR chat
Yeah.
related. So
Yeah, I
there
don't
was
do
that
that. on
Yeah,
there.
don't push people's boundaries in VR chat, guys.
No.
Just don't do it. Don't push people's boundaries. If people set a very clear, and Raziel had clarified that they put boundaries that they don't like him like that. They're not interested in him like that.
Yeah.
Like they and so they Luca had pushed back that boundary,
Right.
and that is a problem. You shouldn't be disrespecting people's boundaries.
No, not at all. I've had to drop people for that.
Right, right. Okay. Now you can pull up the screenshots.
Okay. Which one?
Do the first one. Pull it up and I'll let you. Yep, that one works.
Awesome.
Okay. I'm going to read this off because it's a little bit hard to see, but you guys can see that I have a receipt that this is not alleged, that this is true. So another thing that Luca was seen doing was purposefully misgendering a trans person at the place that they had worked, and they had admitted it to Raziel, which is the person that you can see in the DM. Specifically, they say that he had said that we have a trans male in our workplace. My friend referred to her as he, and I was like, she's a girl. Then the bleep was I was talking to last week told me to leave. I was like, that's a bit hypocritical of you because biologically she is a girl. Now you are telling me to believe logic more than biology when you told me the reverse last week. So they had discussed that if you get a blood transfusion from an African person, that you are now part African, which is ignorant and stupid.
Whoa, that's wild.
Yeah, which
That's
is
cool.
ignorant and stupid,
Yeah.
which you could see on the screenshot.
Right.
It says if you get a blood transfusion from an African guy. They were discussing this, and this is Luca's original, like, normal account that isn't Luca. And they in the document, Raziel had clarified that Luca has changed their name and their profile picture many times,
Okay.
which we do a lot. I do
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
change my profile picture with the weather. So and then another thing, go to the next screenshot. You can go to the next screenshot. There we go. Another thing is that he is uncomfortable with gay people. This is fine. You can be uncomfortable with who you want, but it's the comments that he has said in these messages is very homophobic in tone. Um just joking about coming out of the closet. This seems very very low on the priority list of things that Luca has done, but it's still worth mentioning that
Oh yeah.
he is
Yeah.
disrespectful to the
Nah, it's still pretty
LGBTQ
crappy
community.
to
Yeah.
disrespect someone based off their sexual orientation,
Yes.
gender, whatever.
So for our listeners, the comments I'm specifically highlighting is Luca says, she said, like, you're gay? No, really? He was joking to his mother about how he's coming out of the closet that he's gay. And he says, like, LOL, heck no. And then she said, you little bleep, thank God, lol. Then we walked for the next 20 seconds and asked me, are you actually gay? Raziel asks, well, are you? And he says, heck no. I hate when people say there's a little gay in everyone. And the second screenshot below was included on the document saying that as of 2023, which you can see on the receipt of the message being sent, that gay people and trans people still make him uncomfortable. So
Yeah.
this is still at least as of 2023 is still a opinion he has.
That's rough. I mean, I'd
Yes.
even have that opinion when I was a little kid. That's wild.
Mhm.
Like, we called each
I
other gay,
remember
but we didn't know what the word gay meant. We just
Yes,
did it
I
because it happened.
remember when I found out what being gay was. For context, I am bisexual.
Yeah.
I am very flamboyantly bisexual.
Right.
I had asked my mother when I found out what gay people were, and I was like, if I was gay, would you still love me? And my mother said, I would love you no matter what.
Oh.
So once I found out what gay people was, it just connected some dots
Yeah,
for
that's
me.
sweet. That's sweet.
She Go from Kim Possible really did that to me.
Dude, I I mean, I'm straight, y'all. I know most people think I'm bi or gay, and I'm totally valid. I totally understand why.
Yeah, you act a bit free.
I do, but I'm very much straight, and I grew up falling in love with girls like Totally Spies, Jenny the
Mm,
Robot. Like I was in love with these girls, man. So like I've always been straight. Always, as far
right,
as of right now, I plan to always be straight.
right, right.
My partner is non-binary. So that I think that put me on the spectrum somewhere. At least that's what someone said.
Labels are what you make of them. Labels
Yeah,
are what you make of them. If you feel
yeah,
like you're straight, then you're straight.
yeah.
If
Someone
you
said I
feel
was
like you're
pan.
gay, then you're
Yeah,
gay.
someone said I was pan.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, I cook a
I
lot.
don't
I'm quite the
think
cook.
I don't think me I don't think we as a community, the LGBT community, should be forcing labels onto people. You will find that out on your own, not because of what someone said.
Yeah, I like that. I'm totally down because I'm just gonna be me. I'm cool.
Mhm.
I like what I do.
Right.
But that's in
That's
my
what
status.
matters.
Like I put, I'm not gay and I'm not single, because that's what everyone asks me every night while I'm on VR chat.
Right.
Oh man,
So there's that.
that's neat. So who is this revolved? Just for a recap, who is this revolved around again?
This was Luca Kaneshiro from Nijisanji EN.
Yeah. So that thank you for sharing this with
Of
us.
course.
So Moon, huh?
I'm not done. I'm
Oh,
not
oh,
done.
you're
He's still
not.
got
What else?
he's still got stuff he did. I'm
Dude, pick
not
your
done.
their friend said, pick your battles, pick your struggles,
Right?
man. What?
Right.
So what else did he do?
So next thing he's done is he was in the Grand Theft Auto 5 RP server that some of us are familiar with called
Uh-huh.
No Pixel.
Yeah.
The big one. He got banned from No Pixel for sexual harassment during RP. Pushing boundaries yet again. This seems like a common theme with Mr. Luca Kaneshiro.
Right. That's the thing a lot of guys do. That's why
Mhm.
I can't be friends with a lot of guys cuz they make everything extremely sexual.
Right.
Like in like not even a funny way. Like we can joke back and forth about it, but like they
Right.
make it so uncomfortable and like they get so personal with it and they're being extremely serious. It makes things so awkward. And that's why you don't see me around a bunch
It's
of guys.
me. It's my
It
wax
was your wax
melt.
melts popping up on stream.
Yeah,
But
it's my wax melt.
that's why you don't see me hanging out with a lot of guys, and the guys I do hang out with aren't like that, which I really appreciate. Like if you can be a guy and hanging around with me without sexualizing every woman that walks through the door, like I love that. Like it's ridiculous that so many guys are like that.
Right. It's yeah, it's pretty insane.
Yeah,
Last thing, probably the worst thing to me on this list is he doesn't think NFTs are bad. Cancel worthy right there.
that's kind of funny.
I how could you not think they're bad? They are so bad.
That's
Not even
fair,
from like not even from an ethical standpoint. They're just really ugly.
dude. We should do Pinktopia NFTs. Start selling those bad
No.
boys out. Everyone in
No.
stream, come and get
No.
pay money and get your Pinktopia NFTs. They're gonna be worth so much money someday.
No.
Hey, trust me, bro. Trust me, bro.
No.
They're gonna be worth so much. Trust me, bro. I'm a streamer. I would never lie
No.
to you. We're gonna start up our
So
own NFTs.
that's the end of the VTuber drama segment, and I will keep you guys updated on the Luca Kaneshiro stuff. If I find out anything interesting, I will post about it. Because it is my special interest. I am very autistic about seeing what other people are getting into. So definitely I'll keep you guys updated. And if anything changes on our next podcast, I will be sure to change anything that we have discussed. But as of today, since I had researched again, all of these don't seem to be disputed. Luca has not commented on the situation yet. And as of today, Luca Kaneshiro is not terminated from Nijisanji EN, but he
Wow.
should be. He
Wow.
100% should be.
Oh, absolutely. That's insane. Can't let people get away with things like that. I get
No.
people mess up time and time, sometimes, but that's a lot to
And
be bad about.
this now this was just speculation that I had heard earlier
Yeah,
today because one of the so where I get a lot of my information from False ID on YouTube because I like to listen to auditory stuff.
yeah.
Um he went over a legal YouTuber had discussed the Nijisanji contract and everything that Raziel had went over in the document. And there are multiple instances of termination worry worth instances in this document. And a lot of the female Nijisanji EN VTubers have been fired for much less. And yet their male focused VTuber is able to just get off with this without a scratch.
Probably making more money.
Hmm. So it's just
It's all about money.
something interesting that all of these Nijisanji VTubers are either really garbage people and getting called out for very, very awful things, or quitting and doing better as indie VTubers. Just something to think about.
Yeah, that's neat.
Hmm.
Someday I feel like in the future we'll have our own idol agency, Pinktopia. Have
Yeah,
pop stars and stuff. You'll be one of
that would
them.
be cool.
Yeah, that'd be
Oh,
kind of
okay.
neat.
I'll
Yeah,
go.
bad idea
I'll
right
be a
now.
Utopia VTuber.
Yeah. Hey, Pinktopia expand someday. Never know. Never know.
Yeah,
But yeah, is that the drama? Is that the
that's the
tea?
drama. That's our big T for the day.
All right. Well, guys, we've been going for a while. I'll very quickly go over some of the good things happening in the world and that's happened recently, just to put some good vibes in the chat. And we're gonna answer a few questions from the community, and then we're gonna call it. We're gonna wrap this up. Um,
Hmm.
but this one right here, this woman basically explains everything, and it's in a video, so I didn't have all this typed out. So we'll just watch this. But it's a very, very sweet story about a goose that ended up losing its partner. But we'll go ahead and watch it.
In Iowa took out a personal ad for their lonely goose, hoping to find her a new partner. And we finally have an update. Blossom's the resident goose at Riverside Cemetery, and she used to roam the area with her goose partner Bud, but sadly, Bud passed away. Blossom took the loss really hard. She kept spending entire days staring at her reflection in the headstones and the front door to the
promise
office,
it gets
which
good.
is something geese do when they're lonely. Cemetery staff even set up a mirror for her to stare into because she was doing this so much. So they posted this personal ad with the headline, "Lonely Widowed Domestic Goose Seeks Life Partner for Companionship and Occasional Shenanigans." The ad was successful, and a local couple called in to offer their lonely widowed male goose as Blossom's new partner. The two met on Valentine's Day of last year, and they really hit it off. The cemetery started sharing sneak peeks of their romantic getaways on the lake and their walks around the park. But all updates stopped about a year ago, causing fans of the goose couple to worry that something had happened to them. Finally, last week, the cemetery started posting updates again, saying that Frankie and Blossom are safe and happy, and they just recently celebrated their 1-year anniversary.
Aww.
Yeah. So apparently the cemetery lost the password and didn't post for a while, and everyone was freaking out about it. But they found it like a week or so ago and started like making announcement posts again. But yeah, it's really cute. I thought it was really
so
sweet.
cute.
Yeah, I love animals so much. I'm a very big bird person. It's my favorite stuff. I used to have
I have a
cockatiels.
bird.
See, birds. You have a parakeet, right?
Budgie.
A budgie.
A budgie. I think that might be a parakeet. I don't know.
I think so, but everyone hates
My
parakeets.
husband knows more about him.
That's funny.
His name is Clyde. He's super cute.
That is cute. I used to have cockatiels. I live on a farm, so we have tons of geese. I've always loved birds. But I saw that. And I wanted to share that with y'all because I thought it was really sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, it's so cute. Let's see. What next I had was some good news. Recently, beekeepers. Wait. Apparently there's more bees. In the U.S. than ever. A record number of bees.
Hey.
Yeah, so that's a very good thing. So we love our bees.
Awesome.
So bees are definitely on the rise. If you ever see a bee, do not kill it, please. Bees are very good for the environment. They're very lovely creatures. So don't ever hurt the bees. Leave them be, and they won't hurt you.
Leave them be. Get it?
That's good. Oh, that's great. We're so old. But yeah, I thought that was really neat. So protect the bees, everybody. Lastly, this one's kind of sad, but Let's see. I think it was just a song. Yeah, we don't want to play a song. Copyright. But
Yeah.
the body of a mother of 45, who went missing in Alaska on her anniversary when she jumped into her freezing water to rescue her dog, was finally found 4 months later with her pet wrapped in her arms. I know that's really sad, but I thought that was absolutely beautiful because she had a very lovely bond with her pet. And
Aw.
they finally rescued her. I thought that was very good news, and the family can be at peace and finally retrieved
Yeah.
her and the pet. And I just, a mother's love to their pet is just something else.
Yeah, I
Um,
love my babies. I love my babies
Absolutely.
so
It's
much.
so sweet. But I just wanted to share some good news that's been happening around the world, and I'll definitely have more for you guys next week. Um, but let's see. Lastly, isn't it lastly? We just have one
Yeah.
thing left, right? Answer these questions. All right, we're gonna answer some questions provided by you guys, the community, that you have asked us to help with personally. So me and Moon's gonna give our best advice possible to these, and we also encourage you, if you would like to ask your personal questions in the future to be answered live on the podcast, you will be able to do that. We'll drop the link in the subscription where it'll be in the forum post where you can actually ask, and it'll also be anonymous. So you have the option to anonymously ask these questions, so we don't even know who it is. That way, anyone can be a part of it.
Mm,
And if you're embarrassed, that's we won't know who it is.
yeah. No
Um,
need to be embarrassed though.
yeah, no need, no need. And I'm gonna let Moon answer first, and then I'll add on to it. Um,
Okay.
Question one. I have always wanted to get into streaming, but it seems scary and a lot. I thought about VTubing, but it seems expensive. Do you have any advice for someone starting out, Moon?
So I started streaming. I was scared to start streaming myself because I wasn't really social and I have problems like filling the noise, which is kind of why me and Pig collab a lot because he's really good at like keeping me in conversation. Um my best advice is to just do it. Just get into it. Do like very minimal research about like overlays and chats and stuff like that and just do it. Don't worry about the statistics, don't worry about the numbers. Like you just want to get into it because you're not going to truly know if you like it or if it's for you until you actually put in the effort and try it for yourself. And as for VTubing, if you're an artist like me, I started out with what me and Pink are doing right now, which is called PNG tubing, which you use this site called Reactive by Fuji Tech, and you put in two different like PNGs with like a mouth open or a mouth
Yeah.
closed. And you can put it in, and as I'm talking in the Discord call and as Pink's talking, you see that our PNGs are moving. It's like if you're an artist and can draw yourself, that's free. Just you've got a cool PNG and you can make like I'm addicted to making PNG tubers. They're so fun to make. I have so many different ones of myself. Um so that's a good way to start, but if you want to get into like 3D VTubing like I'm doing, my friend Cherry does a lot of work in this free Steam application called Vroid Studio. And it's basically like a dress up game for a 3D model, and you can go and mess with a bunch of the settings, but they also have predetermined settings for you. My model has a bunch of custom stuff on it that Cherry made for me because my model isn't something you'd usually see in those things. But if you have like a very basic like Sona or something like that, that is a really good way to start. And to do all your camera stuff and tracking and stuff like that, you just need a webcam and you can use VC Face, and you can start with that. And it's all very easy. You can look up tutorials on it all online. I'm not the best at like learning new programs and stuff, and I was able to learn the stuff really easy. So that's like the cheapest, easiest way to get into VTubing and streaming to me.
I like that. I like that. Um, from my opinion, the free you can do all this for free. All you got the things you should do when you're wanting to get into VTubing, come up with your name. Like spend a lot of time coming up with what kind of persona you want to give off. Like what kind of what's your handle. Where do you want to go by? And then when you finally decide on what that is, go and make a social media account on everything and try to claim that name. Like, and you know, it can be bizarre, but you want to make sure you claim that property. And it's very hard because so many people are out there making accounts every day. So just get out there, find a name you can use, and just make it Twitter, Instagram. Even if you don't use Insta or Twitter, go ahead and do it. Get it set up on everything you can. And that's completely free. That doesn't cost a thing. And also, what else was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I'll tell you something that Mixer told me when I got partnered. Go through the last, however long you've been alive, and delete everything you could get canceled for on social media. Now, I didn't have anything. I'll be real. I didn't have any. I had no worries. I've never posted anything crazy on social media. That's just not how I am. But that's something they would tell you. Like anything that you could possibly get canceled for, go back and delete it. Like everything. Anything if you called someone something mean, or you're just rude, or you made someone for being pregnant, like it just you can you can get canceled for insane things. So like you're pregnant and fat, like like anything like that, just go through and all your socials, delete it all. Let's go through your Facebook, because people are gonna dig it out no matter what it is, no matter how long down the road. People are gonna find it and they're gonna share it. Any comment you made. And digital footprint, y'all, is a real thing. So take care of yourselves. That and everything I just told you is completely free. And then also just you can do what I did. I had an air mattress I sat on. I had an Xbox already. I had a Kinect already because I bought it with it, and I just used that, and I used my headset to stream. And I just went. I didn't have a picture. Of course, I had it on me as a camera, but you don't have to use a camera. You don't have to use anything. You could just use your voice. That's the most important part. I guarantee you, you get in there, have fun. You're streaming. It's just your voice in the game. Someone's gonna come in like, oh my gosh, I like their content, and they might even be like, hey, I want to draw this for you. You can use it, and then you have art. Like that's not guaranteed, but that's happened to me countless times, especially in my career when I started off. Everyone bought the stuff I use currently. Like they put money in to help me get a new PC, to upgrade it, to get me a gaming chair, to get me a new camera, to get me a new mic. That was all provided for by my community because I was providing funny content that people loved, and I wasn't asking for anything. That's just what they wanted to give, and people will support you. You start building a community, I just started with the bare minimum, what I had, which was barely anything. It was just what I had in my room, and I moved up from there. So you don't need to spend a lot of money on streaming or content creation. In fact, I would definitely suggest not to.
Just jump in and have fun with it.
That's right. That is right. Second question. Let's see. I have been having issues with the same friend group for a while now, but I don't want to be alone. They can be toxic, hateful, and make fun of my insecurities, and I get that friends just do things like that, but it really hurts, and they continue even after I tell them how I feel. We have been friends for so long, but it hurts being around them. What should I do? Go ahead, Moon.
This one hits where it hurts.
It does.
This one hits where it hurts. So I just experienced something like this earlier. Actually, no, it was last year. I think that happened. My closest friend of over 9 years had decided to be toxic and manipulative and a just giant piece of garbage. Just block them. Move on. It sucks. It hurts. It really does. But when you get to that point where they are being toxic and they're manipulative and they're making fun of your insecurities and pushing your boundaries, if you try to tell them, hey, this stuff's making me really uncomfortable, they're not going to listen. And why should you waste your precious time, your precious breath on trying to explain something to quite literally a brick wall? I did not think that I would ever get more friends. But I have Pink and I have our friend Jackie and we have Ghost. And I love them also very dearly. And they constantly remind me what friendship is about. friendship is about, you know, being with each other and spending good time with each other and having fun. And like even though Pink makes fun of me for my obsession with long-haired men, like it's with love. Like
Yeah, of
I
course.
know that if it came down to it and I told Pink, "Hey, you need to stop making fun of me for being Delulu," he's gonna stop making fun of me for being
Oh, I'd
Delulu.
feel terrible. I'd never do it again. Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I thought we were joking, dude.
Yeah. So if I had a problem with anything Pink has said to me, he would stop. And I know that. And Pink sends me gifts. He makes me little wax melts of myself. He made me a hoodie with like all of my art on it.
I
Like
forgot
he's
about
such
that.
a
I did make a moon
yeah.
hoodie.
He's such a good friend, and Jackie and Ghost are the same exact way. Like me and Jackie will literally get on VR chat and we will just talk, we will just listen to music on like a video player, like with no words, and we just share each other's music. And I'll play like a really like a weeb music, and Jackie's like, "Yeah, this sounds nice." Like they don't make fun of me for my interests, even if they are different. And you don't need to be around a friend group that's going to make fun of you, because you don't deserve that. You deserve to have friends who love you and take care of you.
Dang, for real. I don't even feel like I have to talk or answer this one, but it's true. It's true. Always just talking to them first. But as you said, like if you already have, there's nothing much else you can do. If they won't respect you, it's not just something they'll do overnight and start respecting you. Um, and you got to cut out those people like a weed. You know, it's poison. You gotta get rid of it. Because I used to be the type to let anyone hang out with me because I was so afraid of being alone. And then I realized a friend to everyone is a friend to no one. I told that to Moon just a while back because it's a very powerful quote. And I noticed the people that were so toxic and around me, they would make the people that actually meant a lot to me not want to be around. And that's happened where I would have a friend who would have a very toxic significant other or a very toxic friend, and I would let them know, look, dude, I love you. I really enjoy your company, but I cannot be around you because of your significant other, the way the things they say, the way they talk, the way they make me feel, or your friends like this, and but I say, because it makes that person not want to be around you. It makes the good people not want to be around. So you got to cut those people off, and then you'll realize you'll all the time you have to spend on the people that really do matter and the really good people in your life that make your life better. Because you want to be what's the word? Selfish.
Selfish.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. You gotta be a little selfish because like you want to get something out of that friend, like happiness. Maybe they make you feel good about yourself. They make you enjoy life better. If you're not getting that, they're not worth it being a friend or a significant other or anything like that. Um, so yeah, you gotta cut them out like a weed because that's what they
Mm.
are. They're gonna ruin you. What you laughing at?
Just laughing. That's such an old saying.
What is?
Cut them out like a weed.
Is it? I grew
Yeah,
up.
it's very old.
I mean,
I
I'm
know,
from
I know.
the
We're
the
elderly folk.
50s, dude. Like I
Yeah.
remember when uh what they do in the 50s when when we were allowed to harass women. It
Oh
just
yeah,
yeah, it
definitely.
was normal, the good old
Yeah.
days. Um
Don't
that's
take that out of
that's not
context. Don't take that
true.
out of
That's a
context.
joke.
For legal reasons, this is a joke.
Anyways, last question, and then we'll wrap this up for tonight. My family does not respect me. They take my things without asking me. They yell when I ask them to stop, and it just seems all so hopeless sometimes. I'm stuck here for another few years, but I really just want it to be me. Any advice on how to deal with a terrible family? Kill your family, Tracy. I'm
Oh.
kidding. I'm kidding.
For
Don't do
legal
that.
reasons, this is a joke. For
That's a
legal
joke. Don't
reasons,
do
this
that.
is a
Don't do
joke.
that. That's a meme.
So I come from a toxic family. My family, I will be very vague about this because there is a potential my family may end up watching this, but
Yeah.
um I did not come from a good family. I had a lot of issues with my family. Um And they also did not respect me. One of the things that's kind of funny, so Pink has his story about his friend having breast cancer, which is why he started liking pink, right?
Yeah.
Well, I used to hate the color pink as well. I loved it when I was a kid. I loved it so much. Everything I had was pink. I wanted everything pink. All my clothes, all my furniture, books, anything pink. I got in trouble as a kid, and my parents grounded me from the color pink. Literally went into my room and threw away everything I owned that was pink, which was everything. And because they grounded me from the color pink, I was like, you know what? Screw you guys. I'm just going to hate pink now.
Oh.
And up until actually I was a young adult, I didn't like pink because it would just make me think of my parents grounding me from the color pink. And I was scared that if I did like pink, everything I had was going to go away. Um, and now, well, my whole life revolves around it again. And I shared earlier that when I was 18, like when I turned 18, I was going to check myself into a mental facility just to get out of the house I was in. Anything. I didn't care if they had to put me in a damn straitjacket. Like, I was going to do anything to get out of that house. Um my best advice is, unfortunately grin and bear it, because I've also had CPS called on my parents before and that did nothing. CPS is kind of garbage at their job. Um you just kind of have to grin and bear it and find the little pieces of happiness that you can find. For me, it was art and writing and role playing. And then as soon as I could get a job, I saved up money and I moved out into my own apartment, and I haven't been back to my parents' house since. I've just worked very, very hard to get myself out of the situation that I was in. Hard work will make so many of the things that you don't think possible. Putting some blood, sweat, and tears into it will do so much for you guys. But also understand that we get it. We understand the situation we're in, that you are in, because we've been there. And if nothing else, I want me and Pink to be a example of what happens when you get that freedom, when you're free from all of that. Because the friendships and the relationships you create when you're free are stronger than family. I'm closer to Pink, my best friend, than I am to my own mother. I tell Pink more than I tell her. And
Oh.
that will always be the case, because I can't trust my mother with some information. I do love my mother to bits and pieces, but there is some information that I am not comfortable telling her because of what she did to me as a child.
You can call me mom if you really want to.
No, no, you don't have to make it weird. You really don't have to make that weird. Did you have to do that?
I'm just saying. If it makes you feel
No.
better, I'll do
No.
it.
No.
I'll put on a
No.
sundress.
I've said it a few times, but I view you more as my brother than anything.
That's cool,
So
bro.
there. Yeah, bro.
Same. I see you as a brother.
Okay. Do you have anything else to add on that?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, like Moon says, grit your teeth. It's tough. It's really tough. I grew up. I mean, that's the reason I got my first job at 13. Like, I started working at an auction, run by Hispanic people that, only spoke a little English. But I was like trying to find a way to get out of the house, out of the situation I was in. So I started working for them at such an early age, just to get away. And that's what I did. I drowned myself in work. I started working then. I never stopped because I got out of the house. I was away. I was making some money, enjoying myself. I started turning my room into my own little castle, getting myself a bigger TV. I had a nice Xbox, buy myself the games I wanted. I had Taco Bell. any day I wanted. I had my cockatiel in there, and it was my little fortress. I had anime figures in my room. I had My Little Pony toys in every corner of the room because I was going through that phase, and I had everything I could ever dream for, and that's what I did. That's what got me through that. I had thieves in my family, always trying to take my stuff. Luckily, they only wanted money, so I just had found better ways to hide it. So you just find ways to survive, to take care of your stuff. I had to put locks on my door. Like I put a lock on my door, and I won't say names, but I had a member of my family, and once he saw that my door was locked, he broke out my window and got in there while I was on vacation and stole more stuff. So I was in a very, very bad situation, and I just had to make the most of it until I was finally able to leave. But life is amazing now, and it gets hard, it gets terrible before it gets good. So just know it's going to get good, and find ways to enjoy life the best way you can while you're doing it, because you never just want to be surviving. That's no way to live. But I found ways, whether it's the work. Moon had drawing. I had work, and I was able to play all the games I wanted and have the best online relationships I could with all my friends, and enjoy it. So that's the best I have for that.
And being a little bit delulu isn't that bad, guys. Like it's not that bad. I have written so many self-insert fan fictions. One of my when I was actually in that situation, and I still have this fan fiction, I just don't have the strength to read it yet. I wrote a 48-page story about how I had an self-insert OC, and Roy Mustang from Full Metal Alchemist was my dad. Like, he adopted me from my
And my
shitty
dad too.
family. He adopted me from my shitty family and like took care of me. And it was just me coping with the fact that my dad was garbage.
Don't
You
they call that
it,
shifting now? Have you seen that?
yeah,
I just heard that term. I'm
yeah.
like, what the heck is this? Shifting.
Yeah, it's probably not a good idea to get into shifting,
Delulu.
because yeah, it's people are a little delulu. You can't. I'll just get off this topic.
Yeah, let's go back to Roy.
Yeah, let's go back to sane stuff, but a
Yeah.
little bit of sane delulu is fine.
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
create the kind of content that you want for yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. It doesn't hurt anyone.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, focus on relationships outside of the house, with family, with friends, and
Mhm.
partners, and just enjoy
Cope
life.
with it the best
Yeah,
way you
cope the
can.
best way you can, dude. Goodness. Well, thank you for answering that. I do appreciate you. We're gonna wrap this up here in a second, but we do apologize for the long podcast. It's not gonna be like this every time. But again, we were basically doing 2 interviews in one. We had a bunch of great questions, and thank y'all for being here, being a part of this. We had a great time. This will be posted to YouTube. The recording will be on Spotify. We'll take clips and post it here and there. You'll see it in the Discord. All the links will be in there. All Moon stuff, all my stuff, all the Pinktopia stuff will be there too for you guys to have. And thank you to our listeners, the people that came in live. Andre, I see you, dude. Yeah, pink is definitely your color, and I love that so much about you.
Mhm.
We're the pink, all the pink besties in chat right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jib, love you. Thank you all for being here.
Well,
So
we
much.
appreciate you guys so much. Thank you guys for
Yeah.
making this so special and being here, listening to us yapper on. We very much appreciate it. And we hope that you guys continue to look forward to our other episodes, because we're very excited about this project.
Oh, absolutely. And I'd say this podcast was quite the
No.
banger.
Are you kidding me? He always makes fun of me because I say, "Wow, this song is a banger," and he goes, "Yeah, Moon, it's such a banger." Like, making fun of me because I sound old. Like,
It's so
God,
funny.
he's so mean. He's so mean to me.
Yeah, this podcast was a banger.
Or at least I'm not a part of a bunch of feet groups on VR
Now, you
chat.
didn't have to out me like that.
I did
You
actually.
did not have to out me like that.
I did have to out. It's revenge.
Oh, that's fair. That's completely valid. Hey, you love podcasts, makes you want to start doing them too. Absolutely. Hey, we're always looking for guests here in the future for content creators. You know, I love you, Henri, but we definitely will be looking for content creators and other amazing people to interview here in the future. So if you guys ever have a recommendation, definitely reach out to me. You can reach out to me by email, pinknight94@gmail.com. That's, you know, pretty easy to type out. I'll definitely have it in the video, and you can always let me know who you want on the show. And ask your questions there as well. I'll be checking that my email for you. Any last things you want to talk about, Moon?
Sounded so old. I'll check my email for you. Like, come on, dude.
Oh my gosh. Okay, never mind. Scratch that. I'll check Discord. I'll check Discord and what else? What do the kids say?
I don't know.
We're gonna pull out Skibbity.
You think I'm up with the kids?
Hope you all enjoyed this Skibbity of a podcast. I don't know.
No.
Yeah,
No,
y'all don't be gooning too hard.
Nah, my husband says gooning so
No
much. I'm
way.
like, what does that even
No way, he
mean?
does? Like legit?
He does. He's
Oh.
like, we'll be playing Fortnite. He's like, we gooning on these guys.
We
And I'm
gooning
like,
on
"What?"
these guys.
I'm like, what does that mean?
No, it's not good. It's not good.
I know.
It's not good. And Light Shield, thank you for that subscription, by the way. I love you, man. Thank y'all for our patrons as our supporters. It means a lot to us. We will be back again for the next podcast in 2 weeks. What is that? What did we say?
The 18th.
The 18th. We'll be back the 18th for another podcast. Remember, I stream on Wednesdays, every Wednesday, 5 p.m. Central Time. You can come back next week. I'll probably play some more Class of 09. Moon, when's your next stream?
Whenever I feel like it.
Whenever you heard it here, folks. Whenever they feel like it, but you can keep up to date with them in their Discord. All the links will be in the links in the bio, in the bio. But I had a good time. I'm gonna go make some din-dins and enjoy the rest of my night.
I'm gonna eat my food. I've been like slowly munching at it for the past like half hour.
That's awesome. I'm about to go make some food. I'm about to go make me some food. But guys, again, take care of yourselves. I appreciate y'all being here and hanging out. I love the heck out of every single one of you guys, and super excited for the future. Again, thank you for joining PinkFM podcast. We're going to head out of here. But yeah, everyone take care. It's like bye, Moon.
Bye, Moon.
Bye. Again. Again. That's totally not banger. That is so not banger.
It's so banger.
God dang it. Anyways, y'all have a good rest of your night, and we will see you here in 2 weeks. Peace out, everybody.
Bye.
Ta-ta. Bye.